You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Oh Lord, one of them days, bro. My bad, y'all. Hold on, give me a quick second. I dropped my water. One of them days, bro. I clicked on the wrong scene, got me showing the gosh dang fight that I'm watching. For the what it called, man. Brethren and sistren, boys and girls, hermanos mi hermanas, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. The doctor's in the house. Hey, give me a quick second, though, man. Give me a quick second. Let me go clean up this water that I spilled. Trying to rush. Trying to rush, bro. Give me 2 seconds, y'all.
And that's the thing that goes on was lacking, just the distancing and a jab, and I think he could have done a lot better. I maybe could have. I mean, I looked at really well. I just, in terms of just forcing the fight this fight. It's in the back there. I could have hit on the head. It's better way for sure. But take a step back. There's still space on that.
All right. I'm back. Oh, let me turn on. Yo, bro. About to get mad. Yo. I'm here. What it do? Your boys in the building, man. What's good? Let's hit this roll call real quick, man. Got people in the building as well. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. Let's get right, man. I see my brother TSO Bodega Ty in the building. You feel me? Who else we got in here? I see my boy Team Slime in the building. Don't forget to smack that like button. Who else we got in here? I see Peel Out in the building. What up, Peel Out? Got a couple things to talk about, man. A couple things to chop about. Got a couple things to chop about. I see one like. I'm assuming it's from Ty. I need to see more likes, you know what I'm saying, for Peel Out, Slime. What we doing, man? Hit that like button for your boy. I appreciate it, man. But look, check this out, though. Before we get to it, man, I want to, you know, thank the Most High for bringing us here today, man. Appreciate y'all for real. And let's just keep it going, man. We have some fights yesterday to talk about. We have, what else we have to talk about today, man? We got, yeah, some things to discuss, some allegations, you know what I'm saying, in regards to people doing the duck, you know what I'm saying, doing the duck move, you know what I'm talking about? Everybody ducking, man. It's like, bro, if a fight doesn't happen, it's because somebody's ducking. Shout out to my brother Team Slime. He said, that's my like. My fault, my brother. My bad, bro. My bad. Ty, tighten up there, Ty. You know what I'm saying? Tighten up. Whoever else chilling in the back, you know what I'm saying? Tighten up. Peel out. Tighten up, Oscar. Tighten up, Boxing Wiz. What's good, Boxing Wiz? My bad, my brother. See there? I was talking too much. See there? Shout out to Team Slime, man. I apologize, my brother. Shout out to my brother Oscar Perez in the building. I apologize for that, man. Shout out to Team Slime, man. He's like, hold on. That's my life. Shout out to Boxing Wiz, man. Before we get started, let's go ahead and say our prayers, man. Please join me and bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for your blessings. We thank you for your guidance on this wonderful Sunday to start the week. Lord, please let your blessings rain down on us today and last throughout the week, you know, and just continue to guide us in the right direction. And we're on the wrong path or going the wrong way. Please correct us, you know, with your divine correction. And please let's have a discipline to stay focused on whatever our goals may be, as long as it's in a positive and righteous as long as it's a positive and righteous desire, you know, and please let us accomplish our objective and give you the praise while doing it, Lord. So we ask you for your strength. We ask you for your forgiveness as we repent for our sins. And we just ask that you also give us a sense of understanding, you know, not just patience, but also understanding with our fellow brother and sister, because that goes a long way. And it avoids a lot of potential conflict. So let's just come to an understanding, even in disagreement. Let's come to understanding and express love through your heavenly name, through Jesus' name. Amen. 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 Let's get it, man. Let's get it. I'm like number 4. Let's get it, man. Shout out to D1 in the building. Yes, sir, man. Let's get it with the likes, man. Smack them likes, man. Sometimes I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I be in there lurking, like in my boy D1 chat. I just smash the like, bro. Or you know what I'm saying? Check out my brother D1. Check out my brother Team Slime, man. Hope them fights going well. But look, though. Check this out. He said, who ducking? So, let's start off with this, man. Let's go ahead and watch it. I have to pause. I have to mute this so I don't get so I can show this video. And let me know if the stream is like slowing down or something like that, or what they call it, lagging or anything, because I don't know what's going on. Hey, shout out to D1, man. Hopefully D1 stays around here a little bit, because shout out to D1, man. I always respect D1. D1, we gonna talk about this dude. And shout out to D1. I used to like this dude. D1 still likes this dude. You know what I'm saying? I respect. He always holds it down for him, right? And that's Gabe Rosado. Gabe Rosado fought last night against Von Alexander. We're going to talk about it. I used to like Gabriel Rosado a lot, but then I started paying attention to stuff that Gabriel Rosado says. So I feel like, as somebody that is a boxer, I think he should have more respect for boxers, especially when they accomplish more than him, and shouldn't be calling them bums and stuff like that when he is celebrated for not winning, but for essentially losing. But he's still, you know what I'm saying, I still respect anybody that steps in that squared circle. I stepped in that squared circle, you know what I'm saying, and at a lower capacity, you know, as an amateur and stuff like that in boxing. So I always respect somebody that takes a lot of courage, you know what I'm saying, to hop in that ring, mano y mano, or womano y womano. But at the same time, you gotta call people for what it is, and hold people, you know what I'm saying, accountable for things that they say. But anyway, let's check out this before we get to that. It's gonna be a little later. I want to get to this right here. This is them talking about Oleksandr Usyk, and now I want to be very clear before we get started. I don't agree with this take, but let's hear what he says. Let's hear what he says, man. I don't agree with this take. Let me say that again, but let's see what he said. He shot to Ty. He said, "Pack him up." Let's get it started.
It leaves a sour taste in my mouth. It makes me feel like that's the one fight he's not confident in, and the one fight that he'll avoid. And I never thought I would say Usyk would avoid fighting someone.
Did you hear what he just said? He said that's the one fight that Usyk is not confident in, and he thought he'd never say that Usyk would avoid a fight.
It leaves a sour taste in my mouth. It makes me feel like that's the one fight he's not confident in and the one fight that he'll avoid. And I never thought I would say Usyk would avoid fighting someone. Genuinely. And I'm saying it now because he's saying. We're not even at the point where you can call it ducking because I don't think Moses Itauma is ready for a heavyweight title.
He said he's not saying it. He said he's saying it because Usyk is saying it.
Title fight. He hasn't earned that right yet. But I don't know. This just didn't feel right. It felt like Usyk, again, was just shutting down a potential massive fight or a potential huge opportunity for just the sake of doing it. And again, all it tells me is that he wants no part of Moses Itauma. Not saying he's scared. I'm just saying he sees what's coming on the horizon. It leaves a sour.
Okay, so when he says, I'm not saying he's scared, I'm saying he sees what's coming. Bitch, that's synonymous. like, don't get me twisted, bro. If you're gonna say, like, I don't think people, like, I know, you know, I know sometimes people, I'm not talking about me. I think I'm very, if you rock with me, shout out to Ty, everybody in here, Boxer Wiz, you know what I'm saying, especially Oscar, Ty, D1. I know that, I'm not trying to be funny and be serious. I know because I have a doctorate, I have a PhD, engineer, people look at me as a scholar, as intelligent. So I know sometimes my intelligence is intimidating to some folks. I don't know why, because I don't hold my degrees over anybody. I can't help who I am, and I can't help that makes you mad. But what I'm saying is this, like, I'm about to go on a little lecture, if you will, right? What does ducking mean, chat? When someone says you're ducking, what does that mean? Does that mean that they're calling you a bird? El pato, for my Hispanic brethren and sister that speak Spanish out there? Are they saying that you are a winged animal? No, they're saying that, yes, you're ducking, as in you're avoiding something. So when he says, I'm not saying that he's scared, I'm saying that he's avoiding it. Bitch, that is synonymous in this context. When you say that somebody is ducking, that means they are avoiding something. And then we just put a duck there because that's representative of the same, it's the same word, even though it has two different meanings. Ducking is an evasive maneuver. So when you're ducking something, you are avoiding something that is coming towards you. That's what they mean. They don't actually, literally, if actually calling you a flying winged animal. Like, what are we doing? So when you say that he's avoiding him, that means you're saying he's ducking him, which is essentially saying that he's scared. Now, I will say this. There is a time and place when you should add some context and nuance to your accusation. So if I say, like, for example, Tank, I don't think Tank is ducking Lamar Roach or Shakur Stevens because he's scared, but I think that there's another business opportunity there that's more lucrative, so he went the Jake Paul route. But if you're just going to say, like this guy said, that Oleksandr Usyk is avoiding him because he sees what's coming, that means you're saying that he's scared in the confines of the sport of boxing, which is competition. I just want to clear that up right there. So you are saying that he's scared, and that's number one. Number two, I disagree with this dude emphatically. I don't agree that Usyk is ducking anybody. I definitely don't think if he was going to duck somebody, it would be Moses freaking Itauma. Why would he duck Moses Itauma? Who's Moses Itauma's best win? He fought an old Dillian White who looked like his knee was messed up like Sergio Martinez when he fought Cotto. And then before that, he literally fought a guy that was an NFL player, Mike Belugan. No disrespect to it, but his best wins don't scream, I'm a threat to Usyk. I'm glad that that Usyk is not fighting him. Don't get it twisted. I do not want, I'm going to repeat it again. I do not want Usyk to fight Itauma. It's two different generations. But I will say that I'm also guilty of not wanting Floyd to fight Spence. It's not because Floyd was scared of Spence. I actually think Floyd would have beat Spence, but it's just two different timelines. One is the legendary fighter. He has no business going against the young fighter that's coming up because the young fighter hasn't proven himself yet. Same with Terrence Bud Crawford. I know people may disagree with me, but when it comes to Budrick, I don't think that him and Boots need to fight each other because Bud is at legendary status towards the end of his career. You know what I'm saying? At the precipice, and freaking Jerome Boots is up and coming. You see what I'm saying? Even though he's more established, he's been unified, he's been Ring Magazine belt holder. So there's more of an argument there for them to fight. But it's still at the same time, it's still that Bud is still, he's 38 years old. He can retire. We're talking about him potentially fighting Canelo rematch or retiring or maybe another big fight. And to me, Boots doesn't satisfy any of that criteria. And not to mention, I also think Bud would beat Boots. So same thing is here. I'm very consistent. You can say whatever you want about me. One thing you cannot say is that I'm inconsistent. I am very consistent because I think about my stuff and I'm honest. I don't have any type of ulterior motive. I don't have any type of hidden objective. I just speak how I feel, and it's usually real because that's just what it is. That's what happens when you're authentic. That's part of authenticity. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to conjure up some lie. So when it comes to Usyk and Itauma, I keep the same energy as I keep with Floyd and Spence or Bud and Boots. I don't think Usyk is ducking Itauma. I just think that the timelines are so different. Bitches, Usyk's about to be 40. He's 38 or something like that. Itauma just hit 20. He's literally double his age. Why would Usyk be looking towards Itauma? It's not because he's scared. It's not because he beat Anthony Joshua. He beat Tyson Fury. He beat Derek Chisora. He beat Juggernaut Joyce. He beat Daniel Dubois, but he's scared of Moses Itauma. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, dog? Like, for real? It's not because Itama's not a big name. It's because Usyk is scared. Or my bad. Sorry, he didn't say that he's scared. It's that he sees what's coming on the horizon. What horizon? I don't know if Itauma could beat Daniel Dubois. I don't know if Itauma could beat AJ. I don't know if Itauma could beat Fury. I don't know if Itauma could beat Caballel, Hergovich. I don't know if Itauma could beat Joseph Parker, Fabio Worley. I don't know. Do you? What win from Moses Itauma would let you know that he could beat anybody I just named? Let alone Oleksandr Usyk. What are we talking about, bro? But I will say this. I do respect this gentleman who said this. I respect this dude. You know why? I'm going to tell you why I respect him. I respect this dude because at least he is consistent. I love consistency, chat. I love consistency. Just be consistent. We don't have to agree, but just be consistent. And he's consistent because I can guarantee, I don't know him, but I can guarantee, even if it's not him, I guarantee that you've seen people talk about, oh, Floyd was ducking Spence, or Floyd was ducking Terrence Crawford, or Tim Bradley, or any other guy that didn't make sense for him to fight at that moment, or Keith Thurman, not Tim Bradley, Keith Thurman, right? And then they say Bud is ducking Virgil Ortiz or Jerome Boutin. So at least he's consistent with saying that the legendary veteran fighter is avoiding the younger fighter. So I appreciate the consistency, but I just disagree on all three counts. But let me get to some of this chat, man. I appreciate y'all patience. Shout out to Thomas in the building. Shout out to Anubis in the building. Shout out to my brother Oscar Perez dropping that hello yellow $10 on the fellow with that bread, that cheese, that butter. Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother, man. Shout out to my brother, Oscar. Let me see what he said. He says, Itauma in the same boat as Ja Bataya and Shushu, Fraud Watch. Overhyped with very little accomplishments. I agree, and I like Shushu, but once again, we gonna get there too, but I just don't think people are ducking these folks, man. I like Bruce Shushu Carrington. There's nothing about Shushu that you're gonna tell me that Espinosa's ducking him. Stephen Fulton's ducking him. I'm sorry, bro. Like, it's just not... I'm not going, you know, even Ja Bataya. I rock with Ja Bataya, but I just don't believe people are ducking him. You see what I'm saying? And anyway, but like Usyk, I just think it's crazy to think that Usyk is lacking confidence to face Moses Itauma. What are we talking about, bro? They say that he's ducking Joseph Parker. I like Joseph Parker, bro. But if Joseph Parker beats Fabio Worley, if you really watch boxing and you're not talking about paper, if you're not going by what's on paper, Joseph Parker beating Fabio Worley would be his best win in recent memory. Not Deontay Wilder, not Zhale Zhang, and definitely not Martin Bakole. It will be Fabio Worley. On paper, Martin Bakole, Deontay Wilder, and Zhale Zhang are better than Fabio Worley. But then if you actually watch boxing to see the versions that he fought Deontay Wilder that has almost 50 fights, was almost 40 years old, a shell of himself. You feel me? Then he followed that up with a fight with Zhale Zhang where he got dropped twice.
Damn. I'm sorry.
And then he literally fought Martin Bakole on 24 hours notice.
Damn. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, on paper, it's better than Fabio Worley, but this is his first time in 4 fights that he'll be fighting a guy that's prepared, that's young, and physically fit. Facts. Tell me I'm lying. So Fabio Worthy, unless you're a neophyte when it comes to boxing, or you don't really pay attention, or you're a casual, whatever, you just like to look at records on BoxRec, then you would realize that Fabio Worthy is the biggest threat that he's fought in the last 4 fights. The biggest name is Deontay Wilder. Of course, the biggest name is Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
The second biggest name is Zhale Zhang.
Yeah.
And the fact that Martin Bakole was considered the boogeyman.
Yeah.
But when you fight Martin Bakole on less than 24 hours notice, and the fact that Martin Bakole and his trainer Billy Nelson, they weren't in the same country, they weren't even in the same continent. They weren't even on the same continent, literally. When you fought them, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not impressed. You fight a 42-year-old Zhang who dropped you twice in the process. You won by majority decision. A lot of people thought you lost. I'm not impressed. Then you fight Deontay Wilder, who was a shell of himself. I'm not impressed. It's so funny that a lot of people say Deontay Wilder's trash, but he's good enough to springboard Joseph Parker to be an elite. The same Joseph Parker that lost to Dillian White, got stopped by Joe Joyce, and lost to AJ. I don't forget that. Shout out to Andy Lee. He's doing good, but I think he's on fraud watch. I'm not going to lie. Shout out to my brother Oster in the building. Big member in the building. Wouldn't be surprised if Parker gets fraud checked. I got Worthy knocking out Parker around 11. I actually like Joseph Parker. Don't get me wrong, but I just think he's being overhyped right now. You know, I have Joseph Parker beating Fabio Worthy. But he should be Fabio Worthy. I mean, Fabio Worthy's a late bloomer, right? I mean, a late starter, right? He started boxing late. Shout out to Ty. He says it's work. Usyk has been turned down something recently as well. He also tried to tell commission that he has had injuries to not fight, and then was caught on camera dancing. Come on, bro. Come on, Wiz. The man was dancing. That don't mean he wasn't injured, bro. He was just getting his little, you know what I'm saying? Getting his little salsa on. You feel me? Getting his little salsa merengue and gosh dang chicken noodle soup on. You feel me? That's okay. I saw that. I don't buy. I mean, like I said, people will look at whatever they want to look at. I'm not knocking you. That's your opinion, but I don't think him dancing is indicative of him not being injured. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy that. I think people just be reaching when it's convenient. Like I could be injured. That doesn't mean that I can't walk. That doesn't mean I can't move. Maybe his retina is messed up. Do you know what kind of injury it was? I don't. Maybe you do. I don't know what kind of injury it was. That don't mean you don't. But if he hurt his eye, that ain't got nothing to do with his hips and his legs. Or what if he hurt his elbow? That ain't got nothing to do with him doing the cha-cha slide. Like, you don't know what kind of injury it is. No one says that because you're injured, that doesn't mean that you're paralyzed. If you feel what I'm saying, you know. So yeah, I disagree with that 1,000%. But you never know though. I'm just sorry. I don't think he's ducking Joseph Parker. I don't think he's ducking Moses Itauma. I just think that he wants the biggest bang for his buck. I mean, Tyson Fury's talking about running a trilogy with Usyk. Anthony Joshua watch a trilogy with Usyk. Like, I don't know, man. Usyk. I think that there's plenty of options before Moses Itauma and Joseph Parker. You know, he already was undisputed, so I don't really think that Joseph Parker does it for him. I don't think anybody in their right mind picks Joseph Parker to beat Usyk, besides Joseph Parker himself and his family. But maybe I'm tripping though. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised if Parker gets fraud checked. Come on now. Yeah, man. He said he is a threat to Zhale Zhang. Fight him. Fight him. Facts. But I do think that Usyk, I think the biggest threat to Usyk is Caballero. But I think Usyk beats Caballero too. But we'll see though, man. I just don't think that the man's ducking him, bro. That's just my personal opinion. And I think Usyk is thinking about. He did say that he'll fight till he's 41. So I will say that though. If you're gonna wait till you're 41, then maybe you should fight Itauma. You see what I'm saying? If you're gonna fight till you're 41, maybe you should fight Itauma, because that'd be what, 4 more years? I think Usyk is 37, right, or 38. I don't know, 3 or 4 more years. So if he's gonna fight till he's 41, then yeah, I could see Itauma being in the future. But if he's contemplating retirement, I don't see the problem. Just speaking of contemplating retirement, like Danny Garcia, right? Danny Garcia said he's gonna retire. I don't believe you. Danny Garcia just knocked out Danny Gonzalez in 4 rounds at the Barclays Center, and he said he's gonna retire. I would love for Danny Garcia to retire. I think people don't respect Danny Garcia. No, I don't think people respect Danny Garcia's career as much as it should be respected, you know. But he's not the only one, right? I think that people also don't respect Sean Porter as much as they should, you know, as far as his career goes, you know. I think Danny Garcia is a Hall of Famer. I also think Sean Porter is a Hall of Famer. You know, it's so funny that I said that I think Danny Garcia is a Hall of Famer, and people tend to agree. But then when I say Sean Porter is a Hall of Famer as well, the guy who actually beat Danny Garcia, I'm not saying that's all you need, but you know, you beat Danny Garcia. People think that he's not a Hall of Famer. I just think that's kind of funny. You know, Sean Porter fought a lot of guys, you know, and I thought that Sean Porter, I'm trying to watch this gosh dang Grand Prix. I think that Sean Porter is also has an underrated career. I think that they both should go in the Hall of Fame. These guys literally fought anybody. I would say, with the exception of Danny Garcia, I would say that he could have fought Terrence Bud Crawford, so I kind of hold that against him. But other than Terrence Crawford, I mean, the guy fought Eric Morales. It was an older Eric Morales, but he fought Eric Morales. He fought a Zab Judah. You know what I'm saying? There's an older Zab Judah, but he still fought him. He fought Eric Morales twice, actually. Danny Garcia, he fought, you know, obviously Keith Thurman and Errol Spence and stuff like that. Just fought Arizona Lara not too long ago. You know, Danny Garcia did what he did to Amir Khan, Lucas Batiste. That was a great win. You know what I'm saying? So I think Danny Garcia, yeah, I think he should be Hall of Fame. In my personal opinion, shout out to Peel Out in the building. Team Slav says Danny making a lot of money promoting the facts. Exactly. Porter fought everybody. Got to put him in the hall. Come on now, Team Slime. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree, man. He said, you know what's been bothering me? How the did Shakur Stevenson versus T.O. get any sort of traction? Shakur turned down Bob five fight deal, right? Yeah, 5-fight deal, right? Why would Bob help him? Man, I hope that fight happens, man. You know, D1, I don't care how it happens, man. By hook or by crook, I just need Teofimo to fight somebody, bro. He been calling out way too many people, bro, and not fighting anybody. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Steve Claggett. Respect to him. But you can't be calling out Brian Norman Jr., Terrence Bud Crawford, Javante Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, gosh dang, who else he called? Jerome Boots Ennis, and then turn around and fight Steve Claggett, bro. Like, what we doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that fight happens. I don't believe it though. I will only believe Teofimo's gonna fight somebody of a name when they're both in the ring and that first round bell goes ding. But yeah, I don't know how it's getting any traction. I don't know why he would make a deal with Shakur. But you know it's different right now, right? With Bob Arum and Top Rank looking for a platform to fight on. I think they're more ready and willing to make more deals than before. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see though, man. Shout out to my brother G Tatted in the building. What's good, brethren? But yeah, Danny Garcia, man, he dropped Danny Gonzalez, or stopped Danny Gonzalez in the 4th round. I thought it was good, man. I thought it was a good event. I was gonna stream and go live yesterday and provide commentary, but I'm gonna be honest, man, I couldn't find it. You see what I'm saying? I know it was on millions.co, but I wasn't going. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not going. That's too much boxing to pay for. Shout out to them. But I did get a chance to catch it. I thought it was a good little event, man. I thought it was a good event. You know, he had Chris Colbert on there. He won by unanimous decision. And we also had Gabriel Rosado versus Vaughn Alexander, or Alexander Vaughn. He got 2 first names. I always mix it up. I think it's Vaughn Alexander, who's been in the ring with quite a few people too, you know, including Janabek. But I just thought that I thought it was a good card. You feel me? And I don't think he's gonna retire. I think he's gonna come back. I think it's hard to walk away. You know, it's hard to walk away for doing something that you love, you have a passion for, and that you're good at. And Danny Garcia is good at it. But I would love for him to walk away because, you know, you go out on top, man. You might not always have an opportunity to go out like that in front of your home crowd. You know, it was your own promotions and stuff like that. But if you want to do like a Jake Paul's doing, you know, like fight on your own promotion while being a promoter and a fighter to bring notoriety and publicity and exposure to your card, then do your thing. But I would like to see him retire on top. But another guy that fought last night was Paulie Malignaggi, man. Another guy that I disagree with. I think Paulie Malignaggi is I always liked him as a fighter, the Magic Man. But I always thought that he when it comes to 2 fighters in particular, he just loses his shit. Like he just I don't know. It's like he implodes. Like he just self-destructs and short circuits when he talks about Cinnamon and Javante Tank Davis. Like he gets too emotional. Like it's one thing to not like them and be critical. I'm all for that. Be critical. That's what we talk about it for. You're going to be critical and complimentary, but he's not complimentary. In fact, he discredits them, you know what I'm saying? Just because he doesn't like them. So, but Paulie Malignaggi, other than that, I like him as a fighter. Had some great fights, and he fought again last night on, was it the BKFC, Bare Knuckle, or was it BKB? I don't know if it's BKFC or BKB. I don't remember. I think it's BKB, Bare Knuckle Boxing. But anyway, he won, you know, but he had some damage, right? He got poked in his eye, he got a headbutt, and he went to the hospital, and he said, hey man, I'm in the UK at Leeds General Hospital, whatever it's called, and he said he got there at 10:30 and it was 4:30 in the morning. He still hasn't been stitched up. That's crazy, bro. It's not funny. I hope he's okay. But that's crazy, bro. The man was leaking in the video. He was sitting in the hospital for 6 hours and he didn't get the appropriate medical attention. I just think that's bad, man. Like you gotta, but to me that just shows you when you hear about people go to the hospital and sometimes they get stuck in the waiting room, or they, you know, certain things happen in the waiting room and it results in a worse injury or potentially fatal injury. These things are real. Like, this guy's on a fight card. He didn't get immediate medical attention. That's nuts, bro. That's crazy, bro. He beat a guy named Tyler Good something. I can't remember, Good something. Yeah, man. Shout out to Paulie Malignaggi. I hope he's okay. You feel me? Shout out to him, man. Let's be real in the building. Had to do bare knuckle. I hate Canelo and Tank too. If I had to do bare knuckle, I hate Canelo and Tank too. Shout out to Let's Be Real. Hey, yo. Oh, it was BKB. Shout out to Team Slime. Thank you, bro. Y'all go check out my brother Team Slime. Tay in the building. Yeah, bro. I was like, man, that's just terrible, bro. Like, the man sitting in the hospital for 6 hours without getting stitches. Like, come on, bro. You got to do better. You got to take care of the fighters, man. Whether you like Paulie Malignaggi or not, man, I got to respect him for being at his age and still fighting. You know, it's in him, you know. But as far as, like, his personality in the media and when it comes to boxing, I like him when he's not talking about Canelo and Tank, because he just loses his mind and talks nonsense. You would think that they never fought anybody in their career the way Paulie Malignaggi talks about him, and they both arguably had a better career than him. But anyway, moving on to somebody else that I consider a hater. That's why I was hoping D1's here. Shout out to my brother Ty. This is crazy, bro. So Gabriel Zotto also fought last night on the Danny Garcia card, and you know me, I don't rock with Gabriel Zotto, man. I think that you know, and I'm gonna tell you where the turning point is. You know, I'm a Tank fan, right? I rock with Tank, but I like boxing. And Devin Haney, I'm not the biggest Devin Haney fan, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Devin Haney, the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era on the male side. The youngest undisputed champion in boxing is Gabriela Fundora, one time for the ladies. But Devin Haney was the first to do it on the male side. Whether you respect George Kambosos, his opponent, or Lomachenko, or you thought he lost to Lomachenko, whatever it is, or you don't rate Jorge Linares, these are good victories. You see what I'm saying, for Devin Haney. So if you're a boxing fan, and especially if you're a boxing participant, then you should not shit on that. And if you're going to shit on that, then you should be Terrence Crawford or Oleksandr Usyk or Naoya Inoue or Tyson Fury or give me somebody else, bro, or Canelo or Dimitri, like somebody of the level that has accomplished the same amount of stuff or more in order to tell me that Devin Haney ain't do nothing. So that's what I lost respect for Gabriel Zotto. It's one thing to critique somebody, but you shouldn't cross a certain line, in my personal opinion. So if I'm going to keep the same energy when I'm looking at the sport, then I have to look at Gabriel Zotto and be like, damn, Gabriel Zotto, you lost 17 times. You lost 17 times. And people make it seem like, oh, he's a warrior. He lost to good people. No, he lost to like 3 or 4 good people. And the rest of the people, I probably could beat them. And I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm being dead ass serious. Like, if I boxed, I guarantee you I could have a record like Gabriel Rosato's. I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind Ty could. I have no doubt in my mind Team Slime could. I have no doubt in my mind D1 could. So I want to be clear. Like, he just beat a guy in Vaughn Alexander. Nobody considers Vaughn Alexander a warrior. Gabriel Zotto just beat Vaughn Alexander, and he gave Vaughn Alexander his 17th loss. Now Vaughn Alexander and Gabriel Zotto have the same amount of losses. So when people discuss Vaughn Alexander, I need them to say that he's a warrior too and respect him. I never hear, oh, I love Vaughn Alexander because he's a warrior, but when it comes to Gabriel Zotto, he's a warrior. I mean, he's a participant that comes out on the losing end quite a bit, and he disregards people that accomplish more than him. I think that's whack. You know what I'm saying? No matter how you feel about Ryan Garcia beating Devin Haney, if you don't think the PEDs are real or not, that's on you. Whatever. But you should at least respect what he's done. Because last time I checked, you know, we talk about like, oh yeah, Gabriel Zotto, oh, he fights anybody, he loses, and that's why he loses. No, like, you can only name like 3 or 4 people he lost. The other 13 losses came to people you never heard of. And if it is because he lost to people that we consider good, well, Vaughn Alexander, he's been in the ring with Christian and Billy. Vaughn Alexander's been in the ring with Sergey Derevchenko, SD. Vaughn Alexander's been in the ring with Janibek Alimkanuli. Vaughn Alexander was just in the ring with Gabriel Zotto. He was also in the ring with Beck the Bully. Right? No one says Vaughn Alexander is a warrior. No one even cares about Vaughn Alexander. So what I'm saying is that Gabriel Zotto, shout out to him, but I think that his value is a little overhyped in boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I like Gabriel Zotto, but you got to be fair, man. You got to be fair. No, bro, the way they disrespected Gabe was free to say whatever he want. I disagree with that. I don't think they disrespected Gabe, bro. I disagree with that. Like I say, I know you don't really care for Devin Haney. I'm not saying that this is why you have that stance, but I know, like, we're all human, right? It's easy for us to hear somebody that we don't like be criticized, and we agree with it. I remember that exchange. Gabe Rosado, you got to remember, Gabe Rosado was disrespected by Devin and Bill for not first. It was retaliatory. It was reactive because the initial action by Gabe was doing what most people do that don't like Devin Haney and they like Ryan Garcia or whatever. They try to minimize the effect of PEDs. PEDs will get you disqualified in freaking cycling like Lance Armstrong. PEDs will get you disqualified in using playing MLB with baseball, whether you're Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, allegedly, Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, whoever, Jose Canseco. PEDs will get you banned in football, basketball, any other sport. So, of course, in swimming. So, of course, in boxing, it's going to be impactful. Gabe Rosado was saying that the PEDs didn't do nothing. And he's a participant of boxing. Anybody that says that, you're too emotional. It's because you either like somebody too much or you dislike somebody too much. There's no realm of sports where PEDs should be accepted or even excused, unless you're going in the, what's that thing called? Enhanced games or whatever that they try to, where it's okay. But even as Marion Jones, she got in trouble for PEDs and she did track. You see what I'm saying? So no, like, people, if it was the other way around, if Devin Haney cheated, it doesn't even have to be Devin Haney. If it was somebody that you like or that you dislike that had PEDs in their system, well, you have no problem calling them a cheater. But if you dislike Devin Haney, then you're going to make excuses for Ryan Garcia. Nah, bro, that's whack. So that's why they went at Gabe Rosado. No, Devin, at least from my perspective, Devin, shout out to my brother Tufo in the building. Nah, bro, it's not, Gabriel Rosado came at that wrong. He tried to make it seem like, oh, Devin Haney ain't fighting nobody, making excuses. Oh, it was such a little amount. Like, Gabriel, bro, you're not smart, bro. We don't know you. We know you because you're a warrior, not because you're a book nerd. You know what I'm saying? Or you're some educated dude. How many times have I listened to Gabriel Rosado? He'll say, oh yeah, I'm not a smart guy. Okay, then, so shut up. When it comes to the quantitative amount of PEDs that's impactful, you don't know. So it's just that people run with a narrative, say, oh, it's like putting a grain of salt in a swimming pool. Bitch, your body's way smaller than a swimming pool. So even if it is a grain of salt, then in your body, it'll be more potent because your body's not the size of a swimming pool. And by the way, it's not, because it's measured in nanograms, which is a billionth of a gram. So people hear billionth of a gram and think it's small because they can't conceptualize it effectively or accurately, which is cool, but then don't also speak in metrics that you are unaware of. Like I said, if you take if you take some pills, some aspirin pills, they're not measured in grams. They don't say, oh, they are measured in grams, but they're not measured in like kilograms or grams. They're measured in milligrams. No one says, oh, take 500,000th of a gram of aspirin. No, they say take 500 milligrams of aspirin, because that's the metric that they're measured in. So when it comes to PEDs, they're measured in nanograms, which is a billionth of a gram, yes, but the potency level is different. If you take a milligram of some stuff, you'll probably walk out like you was impacted by gamma rays and you were the Hulk. You see what I'm saying? So don't speak on things that you don't know. Most PEDs of that anabolic steroids, they're measured in nanograms. That's a unit of measurement. It's not to show that billionths of a gram are small. It's just that those are the units of measurements in order for those to be detectable, measured, and potent. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it was corny. In fact, Amir Khan got banned for 2 years. He had go look it up. Amir Khan got banned for the same Austrian against Kell Brook. And Ryan Garcia had 20 times the amount of Amir Khan, or was it 20 times or 3 times? Something like, I don't remember the exact measurement now. That was a long time to go look. But anyway, he had either triple the amount or 30 times the amount of Amir Khan. So yes, it means something. It definitely means something. Now, if you want to say that, oh, it wasn't enough for him to win, he would have won anyway. I mean, hey, you're preaching to the choir. I put my money on Ryan Garcia to win. I didn't put my money on Ryan Garcia to cheat. He's a cheater. He's a cheater, bro. Let's call it what it is. I don't care who you like. He's a cheater, bro. And Gabriel Rosado was defending a cheater.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
And if I'm Bill Haney or Devin Haney, I would be mad too. So I disagree. But shout out to my brother D1. He said, nah, dog, reach is the only reason you guys think Dev got a good jab, bro. You're gonna see his punk ass mid-range jab getting beat for the second time. I got Norman. That's what I'm saying, D1. I know you're talking to Tufo. Shout out to my brother Tufo. I have Norman. But it's not because I don't think Devin Haney's good. I think Norman's gonna stop him, you know. But I think it's a 50-50 fight because I respect Devin Haney. Just like with Tank. If Tank fought Devin, you know I got Tank. I got Tank over everybody. But, well, in the appropriate weight class, 140 to 130. But what I'm saying is that I could root for somebody and still respect the other. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was wrong, right? I thought Canelo would beat Terrence Crawford, but I didn't think he would beat Terrence Crawford because he's trash. You know what I'm saying? I just thought, it's two greats and we're going to see who's greater. That's it. Like, I don't really understand. Like, somebody doesn't always have to be trash. So he could say that, hey, man, even if he said, like, hey, I don't think the PEDs were impactful. I think Ryan Garcia would have won anyway. But to say Devin Haney he's weak for suing. First of all, Devin Haney wasn't even the first person to sue. Steve Cunningham, when he fought Antonio Tarver, he tried to take Antonio Tarver to court for having PEDs in the system. And then when he brought up Miguel Cotto, he was like, oh, Miguel Cotto was roaring like a lion for the rematch. No, Miguel Cotto, you cannot revise history, bro. I pay attention. I'm very observant. I might be many things, but a gosh dang idiot is not one of them. You feel me? You're not going to do revisionist history because you like or dislike somebody. Miguel Cotto never wanted the Margarito rematch. In fact, that's why the Margarito rematch took 3 damn years. Because Bob Arum, their promoter, Margarito and Cotto's promoter at the time for Top Rank, he wanted the rematch. Margarito wanted the rematch. Miguel Cotto didn't want the rematch. He didn't want the rematch. And he said, I quote, I will never share the ring with him again. And I don't knock Miguel Cotto for that. I applaud him. I think he's right. Miguel Cotto is one of my favorite fighters, but we're not going to revise history because you want to have another reason to hate on somebody erroneously.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Nah, bro, Gabriel Rosado was trash for that, bro. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot like Devin Haney. I'm not defending Devin Haney, whatever, but he was trash. He tried to make it seem like Miguel Cotto was screaming for the rematch. He never, in fact, he was the opposite. He was the exact contrary. He did not want the rematch. He didn't just want Margarito banned from boxing in America. He said he wanted him banned from boxing universally. And I don't blame him. He got cheated. But I will say this, though. We proved Ryan Garcia cheated. Nobody ever proved Margarito cheated. We just think he cheated. That's the difference. Margarito didn't get caught cheating until he fought Sugar Shane Mosley, and the late, great Nazim Richardson, rest in peace, caught him cheating. He was never caught cheating against Miguel Cotto. We just think he did. You see the contradiction there? So the guy that we proved cheated in Ryan Garcia, Gabriel Rosado, is minimizing the amounts the impact of his cheating. But the guy that never got proved to cheat, that's what he's saying. Oh, I'm gonna applaud him because Miguel Cotto was also gangster stuff because he tried to get it back. Get the freak out of here. In fact, he got it back after Sugar Shane Mosley already pummeled Margarito, and he got it back after Manny Pacquiao bludgeoned his eye socket. You know what I'm saying? So he got it back after 2 people already got it back for him. If you want to tell the truth, we could tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't rock with Gabriel Rosado, bro. You got to be fair. You could not like that. I'm not a big Devin Haney fan. You know what I'm saying? But I don't make stuff up because I do or don't like the fighter. That's craziness. Who cussing out? Nah, I ain't cussing out nobody. We just talk. I get passionate, baby. I ain't talking with no animosity. I just get passionate, baby. I don't think Dev won one fight with just using the jab. If anything, I would say his usefulness and size play more of a role than his reach. Yeah, and that's why that's why I always thought that Ryan Garcia had a good chance because I felt like Devin Haney had a up until that point he had a history of fighting guys. I don't want to say opportunistic, because that's a little bit too negative, but I feel like he was selective to a point where he made sure that he had advantages in size, reach, youth, strength. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I was so comfortable with going Ryan Garcia. But I don't want anybody to cheat anybody. And bro, Cinnamon is one of my favorite fighters. And I like Alicia Bumgarner. You would never hear me say that they didn't have PEDs in their system, but I respect them because they went to court. They said their story and they stood 10 toes down on that story, took it through the judicial system, and they proved that they did it accidentally. Ryan Garcia and a whole bunch of other cheaters never did that because they ain't even believe in their story. They just wanted the Instagram follows and to fool their gosh dang fans. A bunch of fake news, you know what I'm saying? Screaming a bunch of fake news, you feel me?
If you out here getting fake vagina over your fake jury, reality is reality.
He said, Bud, in the majority, if not all of his fights had the reach advantage. Fedora has That's a fact. And people be calling my boy Fundora a weight bully, bro. They disrespectful, bro. They disrespectful, Ty. Everyone has a bigger reach than Usyk. Oh, y'all preaching. Hold on now. Hold on now. I don't care if they like it or not. Devin Haney isn't the fighter that they think he is. And y'all are going to see on November 22nd. Guarantee. I guarantee. sound like Chuck, man. Shout out to Chuck, man. Charles Barkley, man. I guarantee. Bro, basketball's about to be so different, y'all. Bro, no more TNT, bro. I mean, I know, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chuck and Ernie and Shaq and Kenny, but it's not on TNT anymore, bro. I hope they let them stay the same, man. I don't know, man. It's going to be different, though. Matchmaking is part of boxing, so Clay B. Devin is a good fighter because the matchmaking is crazy. I agree with that 1,000%. 1,000%. And I agree. You know what? And shout out to Team Slime for pointing that out, right? Because shame on me for knocking Devin Haney, the guy who's independent, and Bill Haney, right? For doing what other promoters do. That's what Eddie Hearn does. He matchmakes. That's what Frank Warren does. He matchmakes. That's what Al Heyman does. Matchmaking. Oscar matchmaking. Ben Shalom matchmaking. Turkey to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Even though I consider him more of an event planner and a would-be commissioner than just a promoter. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Slime. You're absolutely right. It's about matchmaking. However, some matchmaking, by hook or by crook, by intention or unintentionally, sometimes the matchmaking is a little bit more interesting than others. I will say that, you know what I'm saying? And in case of point, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's been, you know, he's been making some pretty good matchmaking. I ain't gonna lie. Or you could say pretty bad. You can say pretty bad if you want to say pretty bad. But he's been in a lot of 50-50 fights since he's been backed by Turkey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at Khalil Cole, right? He got messed up by Gallegos before he got it back. And then look at was Johnny Fisher matchroom? I don't remember. Was Johnny Fisher and Dave? Yeah, Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen's matchroom, right? And look what happened with Johnny Fisher. So, you know, second time he got knocked out. I thought he lost both times to David Allen, but, you know, and then even look at David Allen and Makhmadov, you know. So I think Eddie Hearn's been, as much as I critique him, you know, I give him compliments as well. I think Eddie Hearn's the best promoter in my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion, though. So I feel that, however, I got Dev on that fight. Ooh, you got Devin against Norman. Hey, bro, I think it's 50-50. Like, to me, Devin and Brian Norman have clear advantages, bro. Brian Norman has the power and the I would say that he has a power advantage. You know, I would say that he even has explosiveness advantage. I would say they're different types of athleticism, so I'll say that's a wash. But when it comes to his power and I would even say that his, what's the word I could look for? Like, I feel like he has that X factor. Like, he has that other gear he could shift into that will be very beneficial for him in this fight. Devin Haney, obviously, he has I think he has a reach advantage. He has I would say he has an overall skill advantage. I think he's more skilled in this fight. So I could see him outboxing Brian Norman, you know, for 12 rounds. I don't think that's far-fetched, but I could see Brian Norman getting to him. And I wouldn't be surprised if Brian Norman could win a decision too. I don't think he has to knock him out. I just think that if he gets to him, he will knock him out. So I think it's a 50-50 fight, man. But I'm going with Norman. I'm going Norman, man. My guy, Oscar Perez in the building. My brother. Yes, sir, man. Good to see mi hermano Ty in the building as well, man. He can't take a punch. That boy got heart. I will say that, hey, you never heard me say that Devin Haney doesn't have heart. I agree with that. Devin Haney got heart now. Devin Haney got heart. I don't care what nobody. You could not like that. And that's my thing. Gabe tried to say he had no heart. Him getting knocked down in Ryan Garcia, that proved that he had heart. Even before the PEDs. Like a lot of people, I don't know, people really practice revisionist history. As much as people want to repeat that, it is inaccurate as hell. Devin Haney did not get stopped against Ryan Garcia. He got up every time. That's heart. He may not have a chin. that chinny chin, you know what I'm talking about? That chin get touched and cracked. But, or you can even argue that some people say, oh, he has a chin because he gets up. I disagree. I think that's like heart. And I would say even composure. I think chin is when you get hit and you fall or you get damaged. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's what a chin is. You know, if you could take a punch very well, even repeatedly, like a Canelo, like a Triple G, like a, hell, Glenn the World Warrior Johnson, somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a chin. I think heart is to push through that. But some people have different definitions. You know what I'm saying? I think Devin Haney has heart. I don't know about chin. Does Norman have experience fighting 12 rounds? Exactly. The experience is in Devin Haney's favor. No, he does not have experience fighting 12 rounds. Let's be real. I think that he only had two 12-round fights, and none of them went 12, right? Giovanni Santillan and Jin Sasaki were his only two 12-round fights. Correct me if I'm wrong, dog. Someone look it up and let me know. But if I'm not mistaken, I think, no, sorry. He had 3, right? Derek Cuevas as well. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Giovanni Santillan, when he won the interim belt, was 12 rounds, scheduled for 12 rounds. And I remember what round that ended. I think at 5 or 7. And then Derek Cuevas, I think that ended in what? That ended in 3, right? And then Sasaki ended in 5 or something like that. But those are there's only 3 that were scheduled for 12 rounds, I believe. I think Devin boxes. I'm not mad at that, Wiz. I think Devin outboxes out Norman. But my parlay for that night would be Benavidez, Bam, and Abdul. Ooh, that's a good parlay, bro. Bro, Bam and Puma, people sleeping on that fight, man. The American Bam Rodriguez versus the Argentine Puma Martinez. That's fight of the year candidate right there. I think that's gonna be the best fight of the night. Even with Devin Haney and Bryan on there, even with Benavidez and Yard on there, even with Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes on there, I think Bam Rodriguez and Puma Martinez is gonna be the fight of the night, bro. That's a unification fight too. People don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Unification at 115. You heard, man? That's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. I mean, Bam Rodriguez and Fumaledi Cafu, the South African former WBO champion, was a hell of a fight. You feel me? So it's gonna be a hell of a fight, man. But yeah, man. So also too, I want to say one time for Sharetta Metcalf, man. She fought Crystal Rosado on a card last night. A lot of people were complaining. I thought it was a close fight. If you had Rosado winning, I'm not mad, bro. If you had Metcalf winning, I'm not mad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Chicken, you heard, man. But I will say this: a lot of people are complaining. They didn't even watch the fight. You know how that goes, man. People be in the outrage for nothing, bro. They did not even watch the fight. I thought it was a close fight. I thought it could have went either way. I thought Metcalf was successfully outboxing her, but I think Rosado was successfully making it rough too. You know what I'm saying? She was coming forward, but a lot of people think that like this is not power slap, bro. This is boxing. It's not power slap. It's not you hit me, then I hit you, and we stand there and see who take the best punches. It is boxing, the sweet science. You feel me? Hit and not get hit. You see what I'm saying? She was not running, but you know how people do. People just ignorant. You know, they see a certain fighter from a certain place with a certain complexion. Then if they're evasive at all, then it's because they're running. Like, bro, stop it, man. It was a good fight. If you honestly had Crystal Rosado winning, shout out to you. But a lot of people are just saying that because it was already predetermined in their mind who was gonna win. But it was a tough fight again. I personally would like to see Sharetta Metcalf maybe consider retiring, because she says she wants that fight with Sherneka Johnson, a.k.a. Sugar Neeks, a.k.a. Sugar Cheeks. She wants that back. I don't think she would fare well. I think Sherneka Johnson, the Australian sister, man, she's just too much, too youthful, too strong for the American sister, Sharetta Metcalf. Chicken. I would like to see her probably call it, you know. But, I mean, hey, I'll watch it. I'd watch it. I'd watch it. You feel me? But it was a pretty close fight, though, you know. So either way it went, man, I just think people should watch the fight and stop complaining. But you know, speaking of that fight, you know, I saw somebody talk about, you know, and the Usyk stuff and ducking. Like, can we chill out with this ducking stuff, man? Just because a fight doesn't happen, if Sherneka Johnson doesn't fight Sharetta Metcalf, she's not ducking. You see what I'm saying? It's like I've been seeing so many people talk about this person's ducking, especially with the women because they don't watch. You know, they talk about Clarissa Shields is ducking Adrian, AB. That's another, not Adrian Broner, but Alicia Bumgarner. There's a whole bunch of ABs now. Bass Barral, AB. Alicia Bumgarner, AB. Adrian Broner, AB. But anyway, I'm talking about Alicia Bumgarner, right? Alicia Bumgarner, I don't think she's ducking Michaela Mayer. I just think that the fight did not happen. You know what I'm saying? Could it happen? I mean, I would think that is more to blame for Bumgarner. I think Bumgarner is more to blame for it not happening than Mayer, but I don't think she's ducking. I think there's other opportunities. You know what I'm saying? That was a tough fight. If Mayer could get a belt around their same division, I think that fight would happen. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my personal opinion. But I also don't think that Clarissa Shields is ducking Alicia Bumgarner. Somebody talking about, I saw somebody say on Twitter, you know, the cesspool of ignorance and toxicity. They said that Clarissa Shields hasn't fought anybody because, you know, the Layla Ali and Clarissa Shields nonsense, right? They're saying, oh yeah, Clarissa Shields, she's hyped and she hasn't fought anybody. Bitch, Clarissa Shields is 4 times undisputed. 3 times in 3 different weight divisions. She's literally the first person to do it in the 4-belt era, not Terrence Crawford. But she's a woman, so, you know, we overlook the women a lot. But she was the first one to do it. You see what I'm saying? Just like Gabriela Fedor is actually the youngest undisputed champion in the 4-belt era. Not Devin Haney. But for the male side, Devin Haney is. For the male side, Terrence Crawford is the first ever 3 times undisputed in the 4-belt era. But for all the boxing, it's Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? One time for the ladies. You see what I'm saying? And for you to say that Clarissa Shields hasn't fought anybody, that's what undisputed means. You can't name more than 3 people that Inoue fought. You would never say he hasn't fought anybody. He's undisputed. Clarissa Shields is undisputed 4 times in 3 different weight classes, and she's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, all while being undefeated. Well, not in the amateurs, but you get what I'm saying. In the pros. You want her. This is what he told me, chat. Not me, but he said on Twitter. He said, because Layla Ali told Clarissa Shields that she should get a nutritionist and go fight these smaller girls. When Terrence Bud Crawford wanted to fight Canelo, did Canelo come down to 147? No. Did Canelo come down to 154? No. Did Cinnamon come down to 160? No. He stayed his ass right at 168. And Terrence Bud Crawford came up to 168.
Yeah.
When Roy Jones wanted to fight John Ruiz didn't go down to light heavyweight. Roy Jones went up to heavyweight.
Yeah.
So why are we telling Clarissa Shields? And this is, again, kind of like what I was talking about with the Gabriel Rosado and Devin Haney stuff. This is what happens when you're a hater. That's why at the foundation of the emotion we call hate, the foundation of it is ignorance. Because you say some ignorant stuff and you omit all types of common sense. Why are we telling Clarissa Shields, who's at heavyweight, who just fought Lanny Daniels and Daniel Perkins at heavyweight, undisputed at heavyweight, to come down and fight Alicia Bumgarner? That's synonymous. That's akin to me telling Usyk, oh, Usyk, come down and fight Gervonta Tank Davis, like Jake Paul. come down and fight Gervonta Tank Davis or Shakur Stevenson or Teofimo Lopez. Oh, you can't make it? Go get a nutritionist. Go get a nutritionist because you can't come down 18,000 divisions.
You dumbass.
Like, what are we talking about, bro? I'm not saying that she can't do it. Women are made up different. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But what I'm saying, in principle, the principalities are the same. What do we do? If anything, if the fight with Amanda Serrano and Clarissa Shields is going to happen, Katie Taylor and Clarissa Shields is going to happen, Alicia Bumgarner and Clarissa Shields is going to happen, it's not because she's coming down. It's because they should be going up. That's how it goes. We're not changing the rules because you do or don't like somebody. What are we talking about? It's crazy, bro. Just say you don't like her, bro. I don't care if you like Layla. I like Layla Ali. I like Clarissa Shields. I don't care if you like one more than the other. I mean, I think Layla Ali's on some nonsense. She keeps talking about somebody ducking sparring. I think that's the stupidest stuff ever. Like, you ducking a sparring session? I would spar anybody. And I was just an amateur. Like, sparring is practice. Who the hell ducks practice? That's the stupidest stuff ever. She keeps repeating it. Like, nobody on her team is telling her that sounds stupid. It sounds corny. Oh, she ducks sparring. Who the heck ducks sparring? That don't even sound right. Duck practice? Clarissa Shields, oh, she duck sparring. She duck practice? That's what we doing? You either show up for practice or you don't show up. It's either convenient to spar or it's not convenient. You don't duck sparring, bro. Either you couldn't make it or I couldn't make it. You don't duck sparring. But anyway. He said, I'm a violent guy. I'm a violent person by nature, so I gravitate towards the violent guys. Hey, shout out to David Benavidez. He said, yeah, I rock with David Benavidez. I'm trying to catch up to the chat. He said, you can't make no money off Shields. She typically like negative 5,000, 1,500 and 3,000. Facts. How she duck, bro? I don't know, bro. Hey, Ty, bro, it's crazy, bro. People are nuts, man. Layla Cook, Clarissa, bro. Nah, bro. I will say this. I have to humbly step away from this conversation because I refuse. I'm not watching a 20-minute rant of somebody who's not gonna. At the end of the day, Layla Ali said she wanted a certain amount of money. She got the certain amount of money and she didn't fight still. I'm not, there's nothing else to say for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but the reason why I will humbly bow out of this conversation or argument because I admittedly did not listen to it. I'm not listening to anybody talk for 30 minutes as to why they didn't fight. They're not going to fight somebody. So to me, yes, Clarissa Shields, I'm not saying you have to like a Clarissa Shields. She can be abrasive. She can be a little annoying, but I think she's confident. And I can see how she would rub people the wrong way. Sometimes I'd be like, okay, you ain't have to say that, Clarissa. But at the same time, she is the best. There's nothing to debate. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, two-time gold medalist, 4-time undisputed, in three different weight classes, is undefeated while doing it. She's the best. You know, so a lot of people hate on her too, and she gets overlooked a lot. But she's I mean, you don't have to like her, but she's wholeheartedly the best. She cooked her with receipts. What receipts? What receipts? How do you feel about Turkey allowing Devin Haney and Devin Benavidez to headline in February, 90 days after the November card? I mean, I think it's a little too early. I made a video about that, Box of Wiz. I think that I like David Benavidez. He's a very ambitious young man. That's why I rock with him. You feel me? I think he fights for legacy and money. You know what I'm saying? Reputation. I think he's about that life. I think that if he beats Anthony Yarde, then fights Beterbiev or Bivol next, and then Napatai or something like that he's talking about, that's a legendary Manny Pacquiao type run. You know, I don't think we've seen a run like that since Manny Pacquiao, assuming he gets by, you know what I'm saying? But he's definitely about that life. But I think that when it comes to Turkey, I think that, you know, I'm sure his father's a smart guy who was his manager, Jose Benavidez Sr. I'm sure they thought about this, but at some point you don't want your ambition to get the best of you, right? Because I think Turkey Al-Sheikh has no problem putting on good fights and has no problem putting fighters in tough matches to where their welfare could be compromised. You know what I'm saying? And so I think at this point, his ambition might be his enemy, because if he wants those fights, Turkey will get him those fights. But I don't, like I said about Jermaine Bad Intentions Taylor. What did he say? He says he's no tune-ups. Errol Spence, another one of my favorite fighters, no tune-ups. David Benavidez, another one of my favorite fighters. He clearly doesn't want any tune-ups, but sometimes it's beneficial, and it would behoove the longevity of your career to have a tune-up. Not because you're scared of anybody, not because it's weak, but so you could work on things, and you could also stay active, and you could also avoid a war simultaneously. Like, tune-ups are for. It's like any other sport, bro. We watch basketball. We're not seeing the Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors every night in back-to-backs. No, the Lakers will play the Warriors, then they might play the Heat, and then they might play the Pelicans, and then they might play the Kings. And then they might play, you feel me? So they might play the gosh dang Hornets or something like that. But you're not playing back-to-back tough fights. That's not good. You see that? So that's why I think that David Benavidez, he's in danger of, as much as I like it, I won't complain, but I think he's in danger of maybe being too ambitious, and Turkey might take advantage of that. And it might be to his own detriment of the longevity of his career. He said, D1 said, she's 50 years old. Excuse me. He said she's 50 years old. She ain't never thrown no slight towards Clarissa. Clarissa made all that shit up. They don't got to fight her, bro. I don't, bro. I made a video about this. I don't want Clarissa and Layla Ali to fight. But if you're gonna claim that you're gonna fight her, then fight her. People, you know, it's so funny. Like I said, I do not know what receipts she's talking about because I didn't watch it, right? But Clarissa idolized Layla Ali. Layla Ali was the one that threw the first blow. I don't know, like that's the thing. Like maybe I admit I pay attention a lot, right? Because like I said, research scientist, bro. I pay attention to these things, man. I love documentation. I love when I speak on something. I don't just speak on it because I feel this way. It's because I put some thought into it, and that's why I'm so passionate about what I say and so confident, because I usually know what I'm talking about, and that's why it's hard to knock me off my pivot when I feel like I know something. Not because I know everything. I don't know everything. First sign of wisdom is to know that you don't know everything, and I definitely don't know everything. But it's hard for you to tell me something that I know. You're going to tell me I don't know something that I know. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just speaking in generalities here. But what I'm saying is that Layla Ali definitely threw the first jab at Clarissa. If that goes back 8 years ago, 9 years ago, whatever it was, 7 years ago at the Breakfast Club, Layla Ali was on there and she acted like she didn't know who Clarissa Shields was. And she brushed Clarissa Shields off, like dismissed her. Like, it's one thing for Floyd. You ask Floyd about Earl Spence, like, oh, nah, man. You know, I have my time. They have their time. He's a young guy coming up. That's cool. Dismiss her like that. But to dismiss her like she's not good, go watch the interview. Layla Ali absolutely threw the first jab. People try, like, I don't know, people forget about that stuff or they just ignore it. Layla Ali's not innocent, bro. She's good because she's, you know, she's Muhammad Ali, the greatest ever. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. She's the greatest ever's daughter. She has the marketability. She has, you know, she has the look. And so people will gravitate towards her, but she's not telling the truth when it comes to Clarissa Shields, bro. It's just a fact. Now, did Clarissa Shields have to take it like that? No, she could have let it slide too, but at the same time, she didn't. So I'm not going to knock her for retaliating. No, I would have got offended too. You know what I'm saying? It's like what Bud was asked about Floyd. You know, said, oh, who's the greatest of all time? Well, how did Bud answer? Bud said, hey, you know, he's the greatest of his time. I'm the greatest of my time. Boom. You show respect. while still respecting yourself. Layla Ali doesn't do that, bro. And you know what's even funnier? We could say that, oh, Layla Ali doesn't have to fight Clarissa. I agree, she doesn't have to. I don't think she should, but you need to stop pump faking. It's like Teofimo. I don't care who Teofimo fights, but stop pump faking. If you're not going to fight Richardson Hitchens, don't call him out. Don't act like you are. If you're not going to fight Shakur, cool. Don't act like you are. If you're not going to fight Devin, cool. Don't act like you are. Don't talk like you are. Don't bark like you are. So Layla Ali, if you don't want to fight Clarissa Shields, then when people ask you about Clarissa Shields, say no comment. Or say, hey, I'm not going to fight or whatever. But don't say, oh, if I get this amount of money, I'll fight her because fighting is nothing. I still box. Bro, she's full of crap. And then when it's time for her to actually box and accept the money, oh, now she's cooking. Now she's cooking on her cooking show. Because she don't move when people call her out. No, excuse me, ma'am. You called her out. You made the terms. She just obliged. You made the terms. She just obliged. So, I mean, people don't like Clarissa Shields, so it's easy. Like I said, she comes off as abrasive, but no, Clarissa did not start it, bro. You could, bro, it's documented. Go look it up. She did not initiate this nonsense. Now, I'm not saying you have to be on her side, but even then, let's say that she doesn't have to fight her. How come she didn't have to fight Ann Wolf? So she didn't have to fight Clarissa, cool, because of the age gap, right? And I agree. I also don't think that Barrios and Pacquiao should have fought. But damn, Layla Ali gonna fight anybody? Why she didn't have to fight Ann Wolf? Because remember, she said that it was the money then, right? And now she got the money. Now she don't fight now. Because you don't hear Ann Wolf calling out Clarissa Shields. Yeah, so if you go call her out, fight her. If you're not, then be quiet. And I'm not saying be quiet like to be rude. I'm just saying like be quiet, stop talking about it if you're not gonna fight her. Ann Wolf knocked out a steroid woman. Yeah, she knocked her out. Folks act like we ain't see these interviews with Andre Ward. Come on, and the Andre Ward interview. I watched that whole thing. That's why I'm just kind of over it, because it's like, bro, I already spent enough time for people who aren't gonna fight. Like and to be fair, I don't watch the Clarissa one much either. When you talk about Layla Ali that much, but I did watch the one on $1 million worth of game, and that's why it got, what I'm saying, it got the fire got reignited. Clarissa's feelings were hurt, I believe, because she had a personal relationship with Layla and looked up to her. Thank you, Slime. Exactly. It's like rest in peace Kobe Bryant. It's like Kobe Bryant obviously looked up to MJ. It's like people asking MJ about Kobe, and MJ's like, oh yeah, Kobe trash. Layla didn't say Clarissa's trash, but you know what I'm saying, just be dismissive, like, oh yeah, I don't even, who was that? Bro, she disrespectful. You could tell Layla, you could see her personality, bro. She just one of them, entitled kids that came up, spoiled, and think that everything revolves around them. That's how it comes off to me. So I don't dislike Layla again, but to me, there's a clear right and wrong in this case. I'm not saying Clarissa Shields, how she's handling it is right. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying, I'm not saying everything she does is right, but the people that try to make it seem like Clarissa Shields started it because she disrespected her. If Layla Ali really brought out the receipts, then you would see that the receipts would show that Clarissa had nothing but admiration for Layla Ali at first. Layla threw her husband under the bus, claimed he ain't make the fight. Well, exactly. Yep. Because remember that fight where Ann Wolf was on the undercard of Layla Ali, and that fight could have been made very much next. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Heaven Sent, who Ann Wolf fought Miss Natural. Yeah, Miss Natural. But yeah, man. So but anyway. I'm just sick of the people talking about people ducking, Layla. I don't think Layla needs to fight Clarissa Shields. I don't want them to fight, but if you're gonna act like it, then fight her. But people also saying that Michaela Mayer is ducking Lauren Price. How she, bro? Once again, like, you just got to be aware. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't convince me that Michaela Mayer is ducking Lauren Price when they both seem to want the fight, and then negotiations didn't go through because Lauren Price wasn't available for whatever reason. You see what I'm saying? It's documented. So then Michaela Mayer said, okay, I'm going to move up and fight Mary Spencer. So why would the person that's ducking somebody move? You can't convince me that somebody's ducking somebody because they moved up to fight another champion somewhere in a division above. Like, that's just crazy to me. It's like I think Oscar brought it up. It's like Jai, right? Everybody say Zerto's ducking Jai. Badu Jack's ducking Jai. CBS is ducking Jai. I think Jai Patai is good, but CBS fought Zerto. They had a unification between WBA and WBO belt. Zerto then fought his mandatory for the WBA. Badu Jack is fighting Noel McCain, who he was ordered to fight, aka a mandatory. And he's ordered to fight a rematch. So they're fighting each other in some cases, and they're fighting mandatories and unifications. The only guy who's not is Jai Pattaya. But you're telling me that these other guys are ducking him? Everybody, maybe Badu Jack is ducking Jai. Maybe Zerto's ducking Jai. Maybe Chris Billiam Smith is ducking Jai. But all of them are ducking Jai? No, it's because you're a pussy and you think that you're projecting your feelings onto others. You're scared of people. You would be scared of Jai, so you assume that other people are scared of Jai as well. That's why you're a goofy fan. And you're an ignorant, incompetent fan. And that's why these guys are boxers. And you're not. I don't think that they're scared. Like, even if one is scared, they're not all scared. But you would advocate that they're all scared and then also tell me, oh yeah, Jai Opetaia fought Claudio Squayo because nobody else wanted to fight him, and Claudio Squayo was the only one brave enough to step up. But if I reverse it, reverse it, and say Zerto was fighting Squayo, you would say, oh, well, Zerto's fighting a bum in Claudio Squayo because he doesn't want to fight Jai Opetaia. But when Jai Opetaia fights a guy that you would otherwise call a bum in Claudio Squayo who never fought out of Italy, you're saying, oh, it's because Claudio Squayo was the only one to step up. Like, come on, bro. Like, stop it, man. I don't think Jai's ducking either. I just think the business of boxing has not brought us that fight yet. But I think it will soon. You know what I'm saying? I think it will soon. You know, we'll see. But it's just like everybody ducking Virgil Ortiz. Everybody's not ducking Virgil Ortiz, bro. You know what's so crazy, too? Everybody's ducking Virgil Ortiz, right? As in Boots and Bud. How come Virgil's the only one without a belt? Let me drop that bomb on you again. Everybody's ducking Virgil, but how come Virgil's the only one without a belt? It's crazy, right? Ain't that crazy, Ty? Everybody's ducking Virgil, but Virgil's the only one without a belt. In fact, speaking of belts, Robert Garcia came out and he said that Boots and Virgil is the biggest fight in boxing. I agree. It's one of the biggest fights in boxing. I think Boots and Virgil is one of the biggest fights. Tank and Shakur is one of the biggest fights. Cinnamon and Benavidez still would be one of the biggest fights. But Beterbiev and Bivol should be one of the biggest fights. The trilogy. Zerto and Jai, I think I said that already. I think those are all big fights in boxing. I definitely think Boots and Virgil is one of them. But Robert Garcia said that it's the biggest fight in boxing, even without a belt. You know what that means to me? That screams to me that means Virgil isn't planning on getting a belt. Because Boots got a belt. Boots got 3 of them things, right? He had the WBA. The WBA, the IBF, and the ring. And now he moved up. And he's probably going to get another one. And he'll probably do that before Virgil Ortiz. But he's saying that, oh yeah, it's the biggest fight in boxing without a belt. Why would you emphasize without a belt? Your guy, Virgil Ortiz, is the WBC interim champion. Why wouldn't he be going for the WBC full champion, Sebastian Fedor, to get a belt? Imagine if Eddie Hearn said that about Boots. Oh yeah, we're going to have big fights without belts. Oh, but Virgil Ortiz though. Robert Garcia, why didn't you fight Bakram Murtazaliev? What do you mean that's the biggest fight without a belt? It's because Virgil Ortiz doesn't plan on getting. He never had a belt, so you're probably never going to get a belt. Like, what are we doing? I'm just really confused. So mind you, if Boots, which I don't think will happen, by the way, but if Boots fights Abbas Barao, because remember, Boots just won an interim WBA belt, meaning that he should be the next in line to fight the full WBA champion, Abbas Barao, aka Abbas Barao. Shout out to him. If he fights Abbas Barao, people are gonna have a problem with that. But he will be a belt holder. Right? But if Virgil Ortiz, who's the interim WBC champion, doesn't pursue a belt because Boots and Virgil is big without a belt, I want to see what people are gonna say. Because I don't think Virgil Ortiz is going to fight for a belt or Boots next. I don't think his next fight. Well, assuming he beats. Give me one quick second. Let me go use the bathroom real quick. But given the fact, assuming he beats Lubin, which I'm not sure, that's a good fight. I'm not sure he gets past Lubin. But if he gets past Lubin, I guarantee you his next fight will not be Boots, and it won't be for a belt. So I want to see what people say. Hey. Man, I'm trying to watch this. Let me pull up this Grand Prix again. Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Ultria, man. Carlos Ultria. I think he's gonna be a star, bro. From Colombia, the Colombian. What weight class he at? I don't remember what weight class he's at, but I think he's gonna be good, man. Carlos Ultria, I believe is his name. I like him, man. He just got a stoppage too. He's going to the finals in the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix is pretty good, bro. Y'all should watch it if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to smack that like button for your boy. I appreciate it. And consider becoming a member, man. Really helps a long way to keep us going and growing. And shout out to all the members in the chat. You feel me? I appreciate it. Appreciate it. You feel me? Yeah, man. Shout out to Oster. He said, Virgil has a belt already. Yeah, facts. Facts, let's be real. Exactly. He said, Virgil ain't doing shit. Only been 9-10 years of Virgil bullshit. Nobody thinking about Virgil as, yeah. I know. I do agree that it's a good fight, though. Don't get me wrong. You know, I do think that it's a great fight. And I agree. They don't need a belt. But I don't need to hear that from Robert Garcia. Why doesn't he need a belt, bro? Everybody else needs a belt. I thought we fight for legacy, right? So I just don't understand that. Everybody else needs a belt, you know, to validate and solidify their status, right? Why doesn't Virgil Ortiz? When Virgil Ortiz could easily go get a belt against Bakar Murtazaliev or Sebastian Fedora, hypothetically speaking, right? Because he's a WBC interim belt holder. I don't know, man. I just think it's crazy, bro. The double standards, man. Double standards, triple standards. It's crazy. But yeah, man, the phone lines are now open. If anybody wants to call in, man, you could call in on the Discord channel. The Discord is now live. Anybody wants to call in, you could call in to your boy. And if anybody wants to say anything, man, I'd love to hear from you. Let me hear from you. Let me see what you got to say about anything I said, man. Anything that I said. If you have a rebuttal, if you agree, if you're in concurrence, if you just want to talk, and hey, whatever you want to do, man, call in. We are enforcing the 3-minute time period, though. 3 minutes is enough for people to get knocked out. It's enough for you to get your thoughts off. But yeah, man, call in. Man, but this WBC Grand Prix is on right now. And it had some good fights last night, man. I was watching some BK. I think I was watching BKFC as well. BKFC is the one with the triangle ring, right? I was watching some of that last night. And then I watched some of the BKB last night. And then I watched some boxing last night as well. I watched the Shredded Metcalf versus Rosado. Crystal Rosado. It was a good fight. I missed Gabe Rosado versus Vaughn Alexander, though. Mickey Mouse bells don't count. I'm not mad at people counting. If you want to count it. But count it for everybody now. You know, I was talking to a guy, I don't remember his name, on Twitter. He's a cool dude, though, man. We had a good conversation, you know. And we had a discussion about Inoue and, you know, well, he made a post saying that he was annoyed that people were discrediting Ramon Cardenas. And I was like, so I responded to him. He said he can't wait for Ramon Cardenas to be a champion, so this will go down as a good win for Inoue because people are disrespecting Cardenas. And I said, brother, I said, I feel that. I like Cardenas. I think he does have championship potential, right? It's yet to be seen. But I said, I also think it's funny that the same people that want Cardenas to become a champion to give Inoue credit for, they're the same people that tell me that Gervonta Tank Davis hasn't fought anybody, and they don't give him credit for beating guys like Isa Pipo Cruz, Rolly Romero, Mario Barrios, who are actually and factually champions. They became champions. They're champions right now. Well, not Isa Cruz, but you see what I'm saying? You see how hypocritical that is? And then shout out to him. He heard what I said, but then guess what he tried to do? He tried to do what everybody does that doesn't like Tank or whoever it is. They tried to move the goalposts. He said, yeah, but I think the problem with your statement is that Inoue is undisputed and Tank's best win is Ryan Garcia and the guys I named, and he's not doing enough in his career. I said, that's fair. Tank probably should be doing more, but that doesn't take away what he's done. And I said, bro, there's no problem with my statement. The problem is that you are just doing what everybody else does and you move the goalpost. Because according to what you said that Inoue would be looked at better if Cardenas became a champion. And I said, to that exact point, I'm not arguing their careers. Duh. I'm a boxing fan, bro. Tank is not as good as Inoue as far as stature, right, and legacy, there's only 2 other active fighters that are comparable to Inoue, and that's Usyk and Bud. However, when it comes to beating guys that became champions, Tank has done that multiple times. So that means you should respect it. And he was like, okay. He said, man, that's fair. He said, and shout to him, right? He absorbed what I said. You know, people just like to be combative. I got to give respect where respect is due. He was very open-minded in the debate. And I love debates like this, man. Shout out to him, man. I just can't remember his name right now. But he was like, yeah, man. He's like, bro, he said, you're right. He said, you're right. We should respect when guys beat guys that go on to become champions. That's all I'm doing. We always do. That's why we say wins age well or age poorly. That's why we say that the Canelo win for Floyd aged so well, because Canelo went on afterwards and did great things. You see what I'm saying? Subsequently losing to Terrence Bud Crawford, but you know what I'm saying? But he went on to do great things. That's why that win aged well for Floyd Mayweather, right? So if Morrell does well, that win is going to age even better for Benavidez. That's how boxing works, right? So you got to take your feelings out of it. But when it comes to Tank, people forget about that. They just say, oh, how bad Rolly is, how bad Isaac Cruz is, how bad Barrios is, how bad this person. Well, if they were that bad, they wouldn't become a champion again. You see what I'm saying? So that's all. You just got to be honest. That doesn't mean that he's as great as Inoue. But for that one aspect, in what you said in your original statement, how you presented it, you said that he would be even better because he beat a guy that became a champion after he beat him. Well, I mean, Tank has done that multiple times. And I disagree with this too. A lot of people say that Ryan Garcia is Tank's best win. Why do people say that? Why is that acceptable?
What?
Why do people think that Ryan Garcia is one of Tank's best wins? No, he's one of Tank's most popular wins. Yes, he was undefeated at the time, so that's a good win. But he was never his best. Ryan was never a champion, bro. To me, he's not even the best Garcia that Tank beat. It would be Hector Luis Garcia, in my personal opinion, being small or not. He was a champion. Leo Santa Cruz is way better than Ryan Garcia win. Small or not, he was a champion. I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer. 38-2-1, I believe, is his record. 4th division champion. Isa Pipo Cruz is a better win than Ryan Garcia. Rolly Romero is a better win than Ryan Garcia. Mario Barrios is a better win than Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is not even his top 5 wins. I could argue that Frank Martin's a better win than Ryan Garcia. Matter of fact, I will argue that Frank Martin's a better win than Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's best win is Oscar Duarte and Luke Campbell. Which Oscar Duarte, that win is looking better because Oscar Duarte is doing better. Still, again, an example of a win aging well, right? But Frank Martin beat Artem Harutyunyan. Right? And he beat Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera, Artem would be, maybe not, maybe Artem wouldn't be better than Luke Campbell or Duarte. It'll be up there. It'll be comparable. And I definitely think Michelle Rivera would be Ryan Garcia's best win. So I could argue that Frank Martin's a better win than Ryan Garcia. It's just Ryan Garcia is the most popular. Those are 2 different things. Don't confuse marketability and popularity with quality. Those are 2 different things, especially in the age of boxing. Ryan Garcia just headlined over Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero, Arnold Barbosa, and Jose Carlos Ramirez. Ryan Garcia, the least accomplished out of everybody I just named, he was the headliner. So it's not about merit and ranking and quality. It's about popularity a lot of times, especially when it comes to Ryan Garcia. So he's the most popular guy that he fought. He was not the best. As it aged, Pitbull is a better win. Come on now. Ryan never been a champ. Come on now. Come on now. But shout to the gentleman though I had the discussion with. It was a good discussion. I'm trying to think, like Teofimo Lopez, his best win is Loma, I would say. Maybe Josh Taylor, Loma, great wins. George Kambosa's best win would be Teofimo. Tank's best win, number 1 win? I don't know. I might go with Leo Santa Cruz or Mario Barrios. Devin Haney's best win is who? Kambosa's? No. Lomachenko. My bad. Lomachenko. Who was Lomachenko's best win? Nicholas Axeman Walters was a great win. Wasn't his best. Rigondeaux was maybe Rigondeaux was a smaller guy, but like we said about Tank, right? But that was a good win. Who's his best win? I don't know. I don't know who his best win would be. Shakur's best win? Probably Zepeda. Who's Shakur's best win, chat? Nah, probably I would say Oscar Valdez. You said Gary? I was thinking Gary, but I would put because at the time, if my memory serves me correctly, you gotta remember, Tay. At the time when he beat Nicholas Axeman Walters, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was just coming off that when he beat Nonito Donaire, the Filipino Flash. If my memory serves me correctly, Loma beat Walters after he beat Nonito Donaire. So I think that's a little bit better. Gary's a better, I would say probably a better name, maybe a better household name, maybe even Richard Kami as well. But I would say that Rigondeaux and Axeman Walters are a better win for Loma than for me and Gary. Loma's Dev's best win. I agree, Slime. Zepeda was Kerr's best win. I would say Zepeda or Valdez. Probably Zepeda, though. I kind of agree with that, Slime. Loma has better losses, of course. Facts, Oscar. Oh, my brother Ty in the back. Let me build up my brother. Facts, Oscar. Loma's losses are wins. Facts. Ryan had entered. Tay, stop it, bro. Stop it, Tay. Stop it, Tay. Stop it, Tay. Shout out to my brother Tay. Gary was definitely the better name and win. Okay. Yeah, because Gary was undefeated at the time. That's a fact. Gary was undefeated at the time. That's true. That's a good point. I forgot about it. He was undefeated at the time. Amateurs and all that stuff. Yeah, yep. On a nice run too. Yeah. That's true. Maybe I just like the fact that he know my Nicholas Walters. That's my guy, bro. I was hurt. I said, gosh, dang, don't do the Axeman like that. He know Moston, bro. I said, yo. Dog, we not gonna mention Loma Robbie, Jermaine Ortiz. Get that death shot. Shout out to Jermaine Ortiz, man. I like Jermaine Ortiz. I'm looking forward to him coming back too, man. I know he had a fight not too long ago. That was a good fight. Yeah, I'm watching the Grand Prix right now. Shout out to my brother Ty in the building.
Yo.
What's good, brethren?
Yeah, not much. Sitting here with the boys.
Hey. Shout out to the good fathers out there, man. And uncle. I'm assuming that's your son and your nephew, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Talk to me though, bro.
We looking over best wins, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about some best wins, man. But anybody too. It don't matter who it is.
For Loma, I say Gary.
Gary, I'm not mad at that. Yeah. I had to think about that a little bit.
I don't like some of the circumstances with the shoulder, but as far as time he fought him, he was undefeated. He was a name. People thought it was stupid for Bob to send him in there with him. And on the back end, dude he became a champion again and had one of the longest runs in the modern era as far as holding a belt.
Yep. Shout out to Gary Russell. That's true. I'm not mad at that.
I see somebody talking about Navarrete.
Well, how about Navarrete?
Talking about he put Valdez through hell.
Oh yeah, I don't even know why they had that rematch, bro. Why they even do? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand why they had that rematch. I ain't gonna lie. Zepeda by far says Boxer Wiz. Say it again.
I think Shakur beat him better though.
Yeah, I agree. I think Shakur beat Valdez better, stylistically speaking. Shout out to KD in the building, Kendrick in the building. He says Zepeda was a hype job. I don't think Zepeda's a hype job. I think it was a good win. I don't know if it's the best win, but I think Zepeda's good.
I think Valdez will be his best one
That's what I would lean towards
because
too.
of his accolades, what he meant for Shakur's resume at that time. Valdez was just a dude that was perceived to be up next.
Nice body shot. Let me ask you something that was asked in the chat. Shout out to Oscar. He said, people always bring up Devin beating up smaller people. Wouldn't that apply to Loma as well? Uh-oh. Rigondeaux definitely was. Guillermo
You can
Rigo.
say that about a bunch of people. I hate to say this, but like I said to D1 earlier, I can't really knock him for his physical traits of being bigger than people. It's people that sit there and say, well, why is Albert Bell not getting fights? You can't sit here and advocate for him, knowing his size.
Good point.
Knowing that's his key to win a fight is his natural size.
Yep.
But sit there and chastise Devin.
That's a good point
like
now.
David Benavidez. Benavidez was a lot bigger than most of the guys he fought.
Facts.
Until he got to 75.
Facts. I can't think of a time he was smaller than anybody, to be honest. At 168.
Is Abdullah Mason up next?
He's bigger than a lot of people too. Hey man, Ty preaching right now, chat.
What's the difference between Abdullah Mason and Devin? What's
That's
the difference between Keyshawn Davis and Devin?
Chat, I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all hymns out, man. My boy preacher right now, chat. Face forward in your pews, man.
Hey, he's a big lightweight, but that other guy over there, we might not like some of the things his father does or how he moves, or just certain things about his character. We'll sit there and say he a weight bully, but praise this guy over here, who we know has limited time at that division, and say he's up next.
That's a good point, man. I can't argue that, bro. I think, especially when you said Keyshawn and Abdullah, and you said somebody else too. I thought it was a sleeper. What'd you say? Oh, Albert Bell. That was that's a fact. What was he at 135, right? He just fought. And I'm gonna be honest, man. His last fight.
You talking about fighting niggas at 30?
Right, exactly. His last fight, bro. Not to be super critical, but yeah, that wasn't the best performance, man. I can't remember who he fought last. He just fought like last month or something. I don't think I was live for that fight though. I think I might have been in Shawa's stream. I think Shawa was live. Man. And to be fair, you know, like I would say this too. You know, Tank, his best wins to me is Leo Santa Cruz. That's a smaller guy. Like I said Hector Luis Garcia. I think that's a better Garcia. He's a smaller guy. So yeah, a lot of fighters do. I think Team Slime said it, man. He's like, you know, that's matchmaking. That's true. A lot of it is matchmaking, man. And that's what they look for. So speaking of matchmaking, I was reading something, not to change the subject, but I'm gonna change the subject real quick. Somebody was like Ben Whitaker. I don't remember what article I was reading. I think it was Sky or something like Sky Sports. Ben Whitaker. Somebody said Andy Lee. I think it was Andy Lee. Don't quote, if it wasn't Andy Lee, my bad. I think it was Andy Lee. He said that Ben Whitaker has an opportunity to be the best light heavyweight in British history. That's sad. I said that's sad, bro. Because I'm sorry, I just don't believe in Ben Whitaker, man. I think he's gonna be good, but I don't think he's gonna be. I don't know, man. You all talk about hype. I think he's a little bit hype, bro. But we'll see. We definitely won't find out next fight because he's fighting. I don't remember who it is, but some guy I never heard of. I've probably seen him before, but I haven't heard of him. But anyway, I'll just say that's matchmaking, right? So matchmaking could get him there. And that's what made me remind me of Ben Whitaker, because I feel like if he gets to that, at least right now, unless he has some significant jumps, and he's young, unless he has some significant jumps in skill or something, I just don't see him being that good. But you know, he's with Matchroom now. We'll see. But I think matchmaking could get him there. I don't know, man. But yeah, I agree with what Ty said, man. A lot of fighters, even let's look at Dalton Smith. That's a big guy. Dalton Smith's a big guy, man. You could say that a lot of times he's bigger than everybody, to be fair. So I think Ty, that's a fact. You could look a lot of places from different nationalities, different promotions, different complexions, different divisions. A lot of times you could see guys that are fighting guys that they have physical advantages over. So maybe we do, and maybe I'm one of them too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not omitting myself. Maybe we do, myself included, over exaggerate the significance of that when it comes to Devin Haney. Tank's best win is with his. Bro, you see what I'm talking about, bro? That's crazy, bro. This man said Tank's best win is with his baby mama in court. Juan says terrible. Ben Whitaker, cringe. I agree. I don't think he's cringe. I do. That's the thing. I just don't believe in him. I like his personality. I don't mind it. Like, hey, bro, he's the one that's throwing punches and getting punched on. If he wants to, gosh dang, do a 2-step and get bopped on the head, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy it. I like Prince Nazim Ahmed as well, you know? So that doesn't bother me. For me, he's not cringe. But I just don't believe it. I think he's gonna get a rude awakening. You know, it took Marco Antonio Barrera to stop Nazim Ahmed, right? I don't think it's gonna take a legend to stop Ben Whitaker, but we'll see. Like, I think Joshua Buatsi, a guy at that level. I'm not saying Joshua Buatsi would beat Ben Whitaker himself, but I'm saying I think a Joshua Buatsi type guy, caliber guy, would beat Ben Whitaker. I F with Ben Whitaker. Yeah, facts. What you think about that, Ty? I know you're pretty high on Ben Whitaker, right?
I feel like Buatsi fuck around and get smoked on. The boy just can't box. It's going to take somebody that's fundamentally sound that we really don't care too much about. That's going to be the guy that fucks up Ben.
Like who? Can you give like an example, like of a type? Keith is 7 feet tall.
Liam McCallum or Smith, one of them.
Hey, that's a good one. Callum Smith and Ben Whitaker, that's a good fight. And they both Matchroom as well now. That's a possible fight. That's a possible fight, y'all. I like that fight. And I agree with Ty. I would lean to it. But I will say this though. I might be a little partial towards Colin Smith. I like Colin Smith. So, but I would have Colin Smith over Ben Whitaker right now. Now, how Ben Whitaker progresses with his next fight he has coming up in November, I believe. Or December. He has a fight coming up, and then they're talking about having another fight early next year. They gave like a little preliminary schedule with him from Matchroom. You know, he just signed with Matchroom. So we'll see, but I would go with Callum, man. It said Keith is 7 feet tall. What are you talking about? Tay, bro, she wildin', man. Grew taller staring down from the door. He on a chair, man. Man, what you think about who would you say, Ty, is going back to the best wins thing? Who are you talking about? Who would you say? I'm trying to think of a tough one. Obviously, Teofimo's Cambosa's best win. Who would you say is? I don't know. I can't think of a tough one. Everybody I'm thinking of right now that's active is kind of obvious. Who is Joseph Parker's best win? If he beats Fabio Worley, to me that's his best win. Maybe not his best win in his career, but his best recent win.
Yeah. Before Worley, it'd be somebody Mickey, like Wilder.
Exactly. And that's crazy to me, bro. Like, whatever. Anyway, we'll see. I haven't beaten Worley, by the way. Wilder for sure. Shout out to Wiz, man. In my opinion, no, I mean that's a good opinion, right? On pay, I think that's obvious. Like, you know, Ty said it, you said it. Wilder is obvious because of what he's done. What I'm saying is, you knowing, like your name says, boxing. You're a boxing whiz, right? Ty watches boxing aficionado. I'm boxing pure, we're all boxing purists, I would say. If you're on YouTube talking about boxing, you're a boxer. You're more than a casual. You're a true enthusiast, in my personal opinion. We know what Wilder he fought. So on paper, of course, Wilder. Second best would probably be Zhilei Zhang, you know, on paper. Maybe Bacoli, whatever. But we also know that was Wilder's 48th, 49th fight. 48th or 47th, something like that. He's 38, 39 years old. We know what version of Deontay Wilder he fought. Just like Martin Bacoli. That was like a great win, right? Oh, he fought the boogeyman. He fought him on 24 days notice. We know the Bacoli that he fought. So he fought Bacoli. He didn't fight the same Bacoli that Michael Hunter fought. He didn't fight the same Bacoli that F.A. Ajagba fought. You see what I'm saying? He ain't fight the same Bacoli that Jared Anderson fought. So I think that we have to, I'm not saying like put an asterisk by his name, but we have to acknowledge that. I mean, we have no problem when Shakur Stevenson, when we talk about Shakur Stevenson fighting Josh Padley, they're quick to remind you, oh, well, he was on short day's notice. Okay. Well, that was a longer notice than Gaston Bacoli had. So I think it's our responsibility, at least I take it as mine, to factor that in as well. Zhilei Zhang was also 42 years old and dropped him twice. Now, and it was a majority decision win, if I'm not mistaken. It was a decision. It wasn't unanimous, either majority or split. I believe it was majority. There's nothing wrong with that. But it wasn't like a spectacular win. Ajit Kabayel beat Zhang better than that. And Zhang beat, granted, styles make fights, but Zhang beat Wilder better than Joseph Parker did. Made him do the gosh dang Booker T Spinneroonie. So, shout out to my brother Oscar. Sorry. Shout out to my brother Oscar, man, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. I appreciate that, bro. Shout out to you, man. Hey, shout out to the love being shown, man. Hit the super chat, hit the like, hit the retweet, hit the share. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff helps when we get interviews, man. Unfortunately, it's human nature to be, I don't want to call people superficial, but, you know, they're going to look at the likes. They're going to look at the follows. So the more follows we have, the easier it is. The more engagement, more follows, more interaction we have, the easier it is for us to get interviews on the channel and stuff like that, man, you know? So, I'm trying to build my presence up on Twitter. We are doing it. You know what I'm saying? We're growing a little bit, slowly but surely. Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. So let's keep it going and growing TikTok as well. Shout out to my brother Oscar. He said, Doctor, both Parker and Worthy are on fraud watch. How good is that win for either guy? Worthy was losing every second. Come on now. Every single second, and got a Hail Mary shot. I agree. And this is kind of what Ty was saying, like in a different fashion, right? And feel free to chime in, Ty. I feel like at some point we'd be penalizing people for who they are.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like Devin Haney, he's a taller guy. He has some physical attributes. Those are his advantages. He shouldn't have to get rid of it for us to respect what he's doing. So like with Fabio Worthy, he may not be the best boxer, but he got that fire. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Deontay Wilder, so he's always in the fight. I agree with you, but I don't want to penalize him too much. I don't want to say he's on fraud watch, because if it comes to being just boxing, he's probably gonna lose. We know that, right? And he doesn't have the background, right? He doesn't really have an amateur background, right? So I don't want to overstate the fact that he has that equalizer, because I think that's just, hey, some people got it like that. Hey man, so you gotta watch out for it. You can argue that it makes it easy to game plan, but then you can argue too that, hey man, that's why he's always in the fight too. You know, it makes it hard. So I agree with you what you're saying, Oscar. I see what you're saying. But I give Wardley some respect, man. I gotta give him, especially because he was getting outboxed by Hooney. But remember, he was getting outboxed by Frazier Clark too. And then he came back and put that boy to sleep. But in the first round? Gave him the funky face. So yeah, so what I'm saying is, maybe if he fights Justice Hooney again, maybe we are overlooking or understating his adaptability. I mean, I don't think so. I think that was another Hail Mary punch landed on Frazier Clark. But what if he fights Justice Hooney again? A lot of us, I think that Hooney would beat him. But what if he's, you know, he's learning on the job? That's what they say, right? So what if Hooney gets clapped like that?
Yeah, because if Hooney don't come in there with a different approach, he could get stopped in two.
Come on now.
Because he found that timing.
Come on now.
I don't look at Fabio for his boxing acumen. This is a person I know got that fire. I'm looking for him to thump somebody out.
Bing bing.
So him being down on the cards, I think that's regular, because he looking to put you out.
Yep. I agree, man. Wango says, Parker the better boxer, Wardley's resilient. Agreed. Who's some fighters you see yourself working with soon? Oh man, Wiz, I've been reaching out, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I try not to tell people who I'm reaching out to, because I don't want anybody to like look at them in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that people would, but you never know who would. So I just reach out to people in silence and see what they say. But who am I could tell you this. I would love for my next interviewee to be a a woman boxer. I would say that. I think it'll be dope to have a female boxer on the platform. I got good question though, Boxer Wiz. I appreciate you, bro. What about yourself? Who are you looking to interact with? But I don't really have anybody in particular. I mean, I have some people in my mind, but yeah. Man, I would love, as much as I like Clarissa Shields, the GOAT, in my personal opinion, I would like to have like Gabriela Fedora. I would say that. I would like to have Gabriela Fedora. I would like to have somebody like Sharetta Metcalf. I would like Tierra Brown. Yeah, somebody like that. I would love to have Clarissa Shields too, don't get me wrong, or Alicia Bumgarner or Michaela Mayer or somebody like that. But I would like to have like Gabriela Fedora or something like that. Is Eubank 2 a mega fight?
No.
I would say no, but I would say yes too. you don't think the UK reach makes it a mega fight, or just in that region?
That's a cultural fight.
Mm,
I think some of us over here picked up on it, but as far as a mega fight, no.
that's fair. Because a mega fight has to be something like a Canelo Bud. I mean, yeah, Canelo Bud or Floyd Pack. I agree with that. I would say it's a big fight though. Mega fight is too. I would say a mega fight. You know, and correct me, and what you think, Ty? I think the only all British or all UK mega fight we have is AJ and Fury. What you think?
I agree with that. Because ain't nobody in the barbershop. You go in there and get a tape or somebody talking about something. Damn. That Conor Ben, though. What you think?
Facts.
You sitting at your cubicle typing up a paper trying to submit that joint.
Facts.
Boy in the next cubicle say, yo, Eubanks, though. Nah, it's not happening.
Facts.
Lean over there and say, Canelo, I don't know what that guy Bud was thinking.
Yeah.
He about to get stopped.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact.
That boy Fury. Because you know AJ, he a specimen.
Come on now. My boy be on the GQs. You know what I'm talking about? GQ magazines, man. Sly says mega fight, no, but the UK will be, UK will be huge. I'm looking forward to it, man. Maybe shame on me, but I'm looking forward to it, man. I actually was against it. I still am, but I'm looking forward to it. Like, I know that might sound contradictory, but I still don't think they should fight because of the weight. You know, it didn't seem like Chris Eubank Jr. made it effectively and safely, and you know, but it was a good fight, man. I'm not even a big Conor Ben fan. I'm not really a fan of either one of them like that, but I always respect the effort, man. They both put in some hell of an effort, man. Yo, average someone in the building, big member in the building. Realistically, I can see myself working with a boxer from Philly, Virginia, Maryland, DC for my first interview. Shout out to you, bro. Hope you get it, man. I'm rooting for you, bro. Philly, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Holla at Boots, man. Virginia, holla at Keyshawn. Maryland, holla at Tate.
Just don't have them feds watching.
hey, holla at the here Albright, man. He should be free. His fight got canceled. You know what I'm talking about?
Shit, you catch him right in Sicklerville right now.
Come on now. There you go. DC, who in DC? That's Lamont Roach, Russell, Gary Antoine Russell, Gary Russell. You got a plethora of Russells.
You actually get all three of them.
There you go.
They always together.
Hell yeah. That'd be dope.
Pull up to their gym.
Yeah, fact. Hey, pull up, man. I think that'd be dope too. You know who I would like to have too, Ty? You just said pull up. What's his name? Chris Algieri, bro. I just found out he resides in Boca. That's not too far. You talking about he be doing some work in the gym out there? Yeah, I didn't know he resides in Boca. It's a couple hours, but I think it's like 2 hours from where I'm at. I like that Chris Algieri.
Though.
Facts. They trying to call it a mega fight. It's not. Shout out to D1. Definitely not mega. They had Americans start a fight. Yeah, I wouldn't say mega fight either. I agree with you. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also against it. They need to move on. Yeah, facts. I think they should move on, man. But what y'all hear about this? I don't know why you just. I guess because the UK. It remind me of Hamza Shiraz. What y'all think about Jaime Munguia and Hamza? Who you got in that fight, Ty?
Fight Jaime Munguia gonna get his face beat in. He might get stopped.
I agree.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm talking about sleep, bro. I'm talking about sleep, bro. Like,
There's gonna be allegations versus allegations.
yep. You got the rap allegations with Shiraz. You got the substance allegation with Munguia. That man block with his face, bro. You can't block with your face against Hamza, bro.
Shit. I'm still looking at Munguia funny because I feel like he only got absolved because who his trainer is. Too much money going around at that time for the Bud and Canelo fight.
Come on now.
It'd been a travesty if they had to pull him off that card. Because what did I say about Canelo?
Bro, yep. And Ty, bro, I'm with you 1,000%. You know I like Munguia, but I was happy that he was exonerated, but man, I don't believe it, bro. And like I said, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna trust the process or whatever. But yeah, my if I had to put, like, for whatever reason I'd be in a situation I had to put money on it or something like that, I'd definitely put money that he really had some shit going on, man.
I got a question. Since when do you get exonerated but put on probation?
Come on now, it look fishy, bro. It look crazy, bro. It looks, I don't know, man.
And then they count the time that they took to conduct their investigation as time served.
Come on now.
You were suspended.
Come on now.
It's different than Alicia.
Yep.
She was never actually suspended.
Yep. Or even Clarissa, right? When she was accused of having this stuff in this, she got cleared and there was no suspension or probation or retroactive time being served. Time being served retroactively. Bro, it's crazy, bro. Hamza beat, bro, why he did my boy Edgar like that, bro? He had his head going from left to right like a hot potato. Oh, it's messing up, chat. Ah, this done tripping. There you go. Why he did my boy? Why he did my boy like that, man? The computer was hating on me, chat. They didn't want to play it right the first time. Shout out to my brother Omari. Cameron says the feds is crazy work from you. That way, from who, bro? Why he did my boy like that, bro?
Whenever you talk to a Philly dude, they always checking to see if the feds watching.
Hey, facts. Bozy ain't gonna get caught slipping, man. Bozy be looking like somebody trying to shut him up, man. Shout out to Bozy, man. Oh, that's an interview I would love. Bozy, man. I would love Bozy. I would love another one with Mario Barrios trainer too. But Mario Barrios I would like Bob Santos as well. I would like Brian Norman Jr. Senior I wouldn't mind, but you know I like them. But I don't know. Sometimes I'll be honest. Sometimes it kind of get on my nerves. I would love to talk to Senior. I would like to talk to Junior more. But see, Senior, man, like I rock with him, but sometimes he just be talking about Boost too much, man. In my opinion. Like, bro, let it go, bro. Y'all not fighting, bro. Like, now, granted, I understand he gets asked about it. So, go ahead, Ty.
He be trying to get the narrative off, even when it's unprovoked.
Yeah. That's kind of I don't know. It's kind of annoying me, man. And I'm not saying this is any reflection on Junior, but Junior better be locked in because you got to fight ahead of him, man. You got a tough fight with Devaney ahead of him, man. And talk about Boots a lot. Not Junior, but Senior. I have Roach over Pitbull Amari. Edgar won't ever be the same. Yeah, Tay. Yeah, bro. We need a Berlanga. Hey, nah, bro. Hey, shout out to Berlanga. You know, bro, I rock with Berlanga, bro. That's my guy. I rock with Berlanga. Like I said, he uses some words a little bit too much for my liking, but I know he's from New York, and that's an uptown thing, and still don't like it too much. But I like him though, man. You know, I don't ever. Of course, he's say it in an offensive manner, but I don't mean I gotta like it. But shout out to Berlanga though. That won't stop me from liking him. I still like him. You know, yeah, I would love to have Berlanga, man. He got to lock in though, man. I think Berlanga has the talent, man. Berlanga is like, I love making basketball references, chat, because I like basketball. So to me, Berlanga is like a Rudy Gay. Like Rudy Gay has the athleticism. And I'm not saying he's a disappointment, bro. Rudy Gay is a beast. And I'm not saying Berlanga is a disappointment, but I'm saying I think that they could be more, you know? Like Rudy Gay has a lot of the attributes that like a LeBron or a T-Mac or somebody has, you know, somebody else like that. It just, I don't know Rudy Gay, but I know Berlanga. I don't know. Maybe Rudy Gay maximized his potential. I don't know. From outside looking in, it doesn't seem like it. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Berlanga, we know Berlanga got videos like this.
Mayo
OJ, come on now.
was going crazy, and then out of nowhere, bam.
Damn, exactly. Out of nowhere, just damn. Because the reason why we know Berlanga wasn't locked in because Berlanga got videos like this. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't have videos like this and then get knocked out. Come on, man. You twerking on the ropes, man. You're supposed to be training, bro. Like
You're getting busy though.
You're getting busy in the club. Berlanga just seems like somebody just not saying you can't have fun. Like I said, this is your job, and maybe we gotta realize this too, chat. Everybody doesn't have ambitions to be the best, but Berlanga talked like he did, right? Like he had a motorcade for losing to Canelo, essentially saying that, oh yeah, I've been in there with Canelo, I'm gonna be the best. He says stuff like that. So when you say stuff like that, then I'm gonna hold you to your word, and you can't be out there. Like, shout out to Shiraz. There's nothing wrong with losing to Shiraz, but when you lose like that to Shiraz, and we have videos of you, hey, then it looks bad, bro. Like, to me, Brian Norman could lose, but the videos I've seen of Brian Norman, all training hard. Devin Haney could lose, and if you don't like Devin Haney, it'll be different for you, but he could lose, all videos training hard. And that don't mean that you are training hard just because you can train hard for a little bit and make a video of it. But what I'm saying is that at least you giving me the impression, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Edgar Berlanga. Did he just drop like a mixtape too or something like that? Come on, man.
Yep.
Exactly. Come on, Ty. What are we doing, bro?
Shit, Chris Colbert too.
You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like shout out to Nahir Wu Albright. We know he sing, but he be in OTX and stuff. Like, he be fighting, bro. Like, he be fighting when he ain't fighting and stuff like that. Like, he got a fight card. He's supposed to be fighting now. He was just on the OTX card the other day. And that's somebody dedicated to your craft. I'm not saying that you can't have multiple hobbies or loves or passions. You know, of course you gotta do stuff on the side, but you know, it's different, man. Benavidez, Shiraz, a real good fight. Ooh, you want to see Benavidez and Shiraz? Oh, Shiraz getting walked down. Don't do that to Shiraz. Turkey would never. Shiraz is a good example of what Ty was saying. That's a guy that's bigger than everybody, too. Well, you know, taller, longer, you know what I'm saying? Not really bigger muscular-wise, stocky-wise, but as far as...
He still is, just bigger.
True, too. Yeah, true. He not that... I think people exaggerate how skinny he is, too. He's not really that skinny.
When you stand him next to Pacheco, you'll see the difference.
Facts.
Two tall guys, but one of them, his bone density, you could tell he's a larger man. Pause.
Yeah, we're going to pause that. Yeah, we're going to pause that.
No diddy.
We definitely going to pause that. Hey, yo. Nah, but that's a good point, though.
For a chicken wing.
I think Pitbull got to. Yeah, Pitbull's one of my favorite fighters to watch. You know, he's one of my favorite fighters to watch. But I don't think. I just look at the Rayo fight as a reference. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Lightning. Rayo Valenzuela is like. I think Roach is a better. They're different stylistically, but I think Roach is a better boxer than Rayo. And if Rayo could do that, I think that Roach could do that to Pitbull as well. But Pitbull, I love watching Pitbull. Never seen a boring fight with Pitbull in it. The Norman's better to let Boots go. We don't need another Benavidez. Yeah. Oscar said, who is Benavidez' best win? I think, Plant. I like that win. I would say Plant. Lemieux was a good win. Oh, Morrell. But Morrell had 11 fights. I think people factor that in.
I'll say Morrell.
You say Morrell? I would go with Plant.
Plant would have held weight if it had got to him when he was supposed to.
True. Morrell's a great win. I think Vazdik, he won't get credit for Vazdik since he was gone for so long on sabbatical, whatever. I mean, he did come back and have like a 2 or 3 fight win streak, but he was still gone for a while. But I think that's a good win too. Like I like Benavidez, man. You rock with that clip? No Diddy. Hey, D1, man, we trying to have fun over here, man. You got to pull up on us, man. I got to pull up on your show too. I mean, as far as like joining the conversation in the voice chat. Morrell about to do Callum Smith so bad. You think so, Tay? I think that's a good fight, man. I think people, like I said, I'm big on Callum though. I've always been big on Callum. I was one of the few people that picked Callum to upset Boatsy, which I don't even look at that as an upset, but some people did. I think Callum, to me, Callum is like, I can't even say an English version because they're both English, but to me, Callum and what's his name? Anthony Yard are very similar, Ty. I feel like they lose big fights, but I think Callum Smith is a better boxer, of course. But I'm just saying, like, I think Callum Smith has more other guys than Anthony Yard, but I think sometimes we forget how good we overlook how good Callum Smith is just because he's not good enough to beat like a Beterbiev or a Bivol or a Canelo or those are his losses, bro. His losses are Canelo and Bivol. I mean, Beterbiev. Ain't no shame in that.
I look at him like he's one of those guys. If I had to rank his caliber, he's that guy in the division that's just like a tick behind the man, the de facto man of the division.
Agreed. Exactly. That's exactly how I see him as well. Exactly. I don't think too many people beat Callum now. But I think we just know the guys who beat him for sure. And no disrespect to Morrell. I like Morrell. I don't think he's a for sure win. I don't think he's a guy that for sure beats Callum Smith.
I got him beating Callum on some 7-5 type shit. Split decision, 7-5, 7-5 across the board.
I'm leaning towards Morrell. I can't call it though, but I'm leaning towards Morrell as well.
David, the show playing in the background.
Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
I thought Oster was up here.
Good looks.
Oster, you still my guy. If you heard that.
Hey, I'll leave Oster alone until he pop back up, man. Oster said I'm not going, man. I can't stand Discord, bro. I'm retarded on technology. I can't stand. I got you. Oh, nah, you good, bro. He said Lamont outboxes Pitbull. That's an easy. Yeah, I think so too. But like I said, I like Pitbull, man. I think that he is one dimensional, but that dimension he has is very good. It's very entertaining. Like I said, I just like boxing, man. So you don't have to be undefeated. Like I still like Barrios. I'm looking forward to Frank Martin coming back against Rances Bartholomew. I think he has championship potential. I am looking forward to Ramon Cardenas to see what he does. I was excited to see Josh Padley. I actually think that Josh Padley may have lost that fight to Reese Bellotti, though. I ain't gonna lie. That was I didn't score it though, so that's why I don't really get into the argument. Because if I don't score a fight, I don't really argue. I was just chilling, enjoying that fight. We were live, but man, that was a close fight. If I'm Bellotti, I would be mad, which he is, rightfully so. But Josh Padley, I think he's good. I thought he was very good when he upset Mark Thunder Chamberlain. Yeah. I think Morrell is Benavidez's best fight. Shout out to Average. I'm not mad at that. He said there was also a lot of hype behind Morrell, and a lot of people saying Benavidez ducked him at 68. Yeah, that was stupid. I mean, I think only silly people said he ducked him. Like, I'm glad he fought him, but to duck him is crazy. Like, that's our problem, man. With like, we be the same, call ourselves boxing fans, we be the ones that tear down the sport, bro. Every time a fight is not made, does not mean somebody was ducking, bro. Like these are individual negotiations, bro. This is not a league where on Monday they're fighting this, they're going against this person, and then Friday we know ahead of time they're gonna fight this person. Like, yes, sometimes people duck. I'm not saying people don't duck, but come on, bro.
Yeah, but I ain't look at that as them ducking. I look at it like the Benavidez and Plant situation. I look at their management, and it was just somebody looking at their own interests rather than the fighters.
There's that too. Exactly. It's like, even with Pacheco, right? I think, I'm going to be honest, I think it's easy, and it might even be correct and justified to say Pacheco ducked and Billy. Because the rumors that, not rumors, but it's documented according to and Billy's team that they were involved in negotiations twice, and then both times Pacheco left. That doesn't mean that maybe the terms weren't good or whatever. But anyway, he left, which doesn't always mean that somebody ducked it anyway. They didn't agree. But I will say that what happened with Pacheco just left his management, right? With Jose Benavidez Sr. And what Ty just said, it's a possibility that Jose Benavidez Sr. was stopping the fight. We don't know, but it's their team. You know, we're going to go call them all the same team because if we're going to dissect it, we have to be fair and dissect everybody, you know. But I'm not gonna say Pacheco's scared of him, Billy, even though that's what you could argue it looks like. But what I'm saying is to emphasize that he just left his management, so maybe that fight can happen now. I don't know. You just never know what's stopping the fight. Go ahead.
My bad, Doc. But I do question that management. Even with like the handling of David Benavidez, he wouldn't have certain shaky opponents on his resume if it wasn't due partly to them.
Right. And that's a good
point. Or
point.
even fighting Canelo or forcing him up off that belt.
Yeah, and that's a good point too, because even David was talking about starting his own, right? So he probably gonna leave. No, not probably. In the interview, he said that, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is his last fight with Samson. I was watching an interview with him recently. I believe he said either this fight or his next fight is his last one with Samson. And he's gonna try to pursue his own stuff. Frank Martin fight got canceled, remember? Yeah, I know. Well, not canceled, it's postponed. I don't remember. I read, I have to go back and look again. I'm not sure, and maybe you know, Ty, is his gonna be on the Fedora Thurman card still, or is it gonna be moved to the Lamont Roach Pitbull? Because some fights got moved to the Lamont Roach Pitbull.
Like, I don't know, and all information I got for it just says TBA.
Okay. Because they confirmed that Shock and Fulton are on the December, right? With Pitbull and I think that's confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that has.
Yeah.
My boy in the lab right now.
I know what I'm talking about. I saw him. I think he was at the fight too last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
You know Danny, his boy.
Yep. Shout out to Danny Garcia too, man.
Chris still goofy though.
Who goofy?
Chris.
Yeah, what he won? I missed his fight. Yeah, facts.
Not Colbert.
Yeah, Colbert. Yep. Who he won by UD, right? I think he won unanimously.
He almost got put out there. I ain't gonna hold him. He be in there fighting for his life.
Cool boy. What's up, Ramon? Shout out to you. He said, cool boy better be on this shit. Yeah, man, that's a tough fight, man. I think so. It might not be, you know, but on paper to be, that's a good fight. I'm looking forward to that fight. Anyone know when Espinosa fight? Yeah, he's fighting Arnold Kagai. When? I don't remember when. Soon though. I want to say December. Don't quote me though, average. I think December he's fighting number 9 ranked Arnold Kagai. Why? Is beyond me. Like the featherweight division let me down, bro. I ain't gonna lie. With the exception of Fulton. With the exception of Fulton and Angelo Leo. Angelo Leo just fought a mandatory, so I can't knock him for the IBF. Go ahead.
I said there go another big guy with skill.
Another big guy. Oh yeah, facts. Yep. Espinosa, right? Yep.
I feel like the ones that really get all the flack is the ones that show they actually have skill. Now, the fat boys that don't belong in a certain weight class, we let them rock because we know they ass.
Facts.
Navarrete.
I knew he was gonna say that. Facts. He definitely. I'm sorry. I like Navarrete. He's definitely a weight bully. He is probably the epitome, the poster child for right now as far as active fighters.
There's one fight that was on his resume. It was clear the only thing that separated him from Isaac Dogbe was his size.
Yep. And what's crazy is it seems like I saw some stuff about Lester Martinez too. I'm gonna ask you, but it seems like they might sidestep. Gosh dang, what's my boy name? Filipino cat, Charlie Suarez, bro. That's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know. I've been trying to find out some information on it, but I just remember last time I saw Navarrete, he was in the ring calling out, remember on the post fight of Eduardo Sugar Nunez when he fought, I can't remember who he just fought, but when he got the title, he was in there calling him out for a fight unification fight next. I think that's crazy. How you gonna skip Charlie Suarez, man? It's crazy.
Here comes the Mick.
Here comes the Mick. Here comes the Mick. Rest in peace, DMX. Here comes the boom. It's a fact, man. Here comes the Mick, bro. And Lester Martinez, man. I'm hearing I read somewhere that Christian and Billy, that might be off, bro. You heard anything about that?
No, not to my knowledge.
Yeah, I heard that they might be exploring other options besides an ordered rematch between Martinez and Billy. Talking about and Billy could be fighting Munguia or Shiraz. I can't remember where I read it. It was I don't remember if it was either the Ring or World Boxing News. I can't remember. I was like, what? Which I'm not mad. Like I said, I don't think they should have a rematch. I mean, I'm not against it. I love it, but that fight was, man, that's too much. That's too much pressure, bro. Take a break. That was a hellacious war, man. I got my eye on this Eagles game too. Okay. Cool boy, better be. I read that already. Yeah, man. I think I wouldn't be mad at Billy fighting somebody else or Lester Martinez fighting somebody else, but I just want to know what happened. I wonder because Martinez has a history of pulling out of fights due to injuries and stuff like that. I wonder if that has something to do with it or. The article did say it. So what fight you looking forward to the most, man? Like by the end of the month? I don't think we really have much, right? Just this week we have Wardley and Parker.
Yeah, the fights I want got moved.
Yeah, Fedor and Thurman. Yeah, that card.
Yeah, I'm still looking over this revisionist history by the old lady.
All right, you let me know. Please inform me because I ain't even waste my time, bro. That's all like a 20. I would have watched it if it was like 5. Man, she going in for like 30 minutes. Man, you got me. I'm not watching.
I'll give her this. It was well produced as far as with the edits and the lighting and everything. You can tell this was a strategic thing that she was putting out there. My thing is, if you're not going to fight her, just leave it alone. Stop talking about it. I don't care about the spices you're trying to sell to everybody. It just looked like a well-produced TikTok story time. And then the information you like put out there, it's like, yes, some of that stuff was true,
right?
But you put it there out of context, and you're not saying the full story with it.
Shout out to Layla, man. Like, yeah, bro, just like you said perfectly, bro. That's how I feel. Just if you're not gonna fight her, what are we doing, dog? Like, it seems like she just, like you said, like we don't care about her spices, but that's a way for her to stay relevant. So marketing, which I ain't knocking it. Hey, do your thing. A lot of people do that, so why not? But I guess.
Mind you, she put out that long video. It's like she's trying to promote her new YouTube channel. That's the only thing that's up there. It's like she's selling her brand off of this animosity between her and Clarissa.
Come on now.
Then talking about, yeah, I'm gonna address whether I'll fight her in part 2.
That's what she said.
Was like, yeah, I'm gonna put a why me and Wolf ain't fight.
You see?
Bruh. If y'all watch the Andre Ward interviews that he conducted between Clarissa and Layla,
yep,
you'll have the full story in time.
Right.
So all that stuff that she was sitting there saying about Clarissa, she actually addressed herself in the Word interview.
Yep. Which I watched.
She took accountability for being frustrated. She felt like she was betrayed by somebody that she looked up to, switching up on her.
Yep. Shout out to
and
Andre
Layla
Ward.
admitted to herself.
Yep. Those are good interviews with Andre Ward and Clarissa Shields. I watched that, but I'm not finna watch no gosh dang 30-minute monologue with you telling me stuff I already know and just putting a nice little twist on it. Like that.
Throwing in clips.
Yeah. Launching her new YouTube channel. Yeah, hey, do your thing. I'm not mad at it, but come on, man. Like just
I gave her her first interview. Yeah, you was her mentor.
Right.
The fuck?
Right.
It just gave Wilt Chamberlain.
Backbiting.
Let me find out Clarissa is Abdul Jabbar.
Come on now. Rest in peace, Wilt, but yeah. Said Ramon Yeah, a lot of backbiting, bro. I don't rock with that. He said Espinosa have a fight coming up against nobody. Yeah, Arnold. Like I said, Arnold Kagai, ranked number 9. I don't like the fight, but
I wonder what his contract look like.
bro,
I'll be trying to get up out of that.
bro, that shit crazy, bro. Clarissa took one path for criticism. Layla Ali took another path for criticism. I feel that, Ramon. Ain't Tank and Clarissa going through the same thing? What you? Wait, what you mean, bro? What you talking about? Like beefing? I think that's more of just like oh, with a mentor. Okay, like Floyd and Tank beefing, and then yeah, but Tank and Floyd don't be talking about fighting. I might be like a little joke here and there, but
Tank might have to actually listen to his mentor a little more.
True. And around him, like that's the thing. I don't, and you could give Floyd. I'm not saying anybody's perfect. Definitely not me. Definitely not Floyd or anybody else. You know, but you could say that Floyd was trying to make Tank like a star. I feel like with Clarissa, she sees him as a threat. Or sorry, not him. Layla sees Clarissa as a threat.
Yeah,
like to
she
her
wasn't
greatness.
trying to bring Clarissa to the light,
right? And that's and you can tell that's why she's still talking about, like, you know what I'm saying. And that's why I think it's, for me, it's so easy to see. If you don't like Clarissa, that's cool. It's not even about Clarissa. It's just about like an older person who is not fighting anymore. Like, you're not even fighting anymore. Like, what? I think it's because she wants to be known as the greatest without doing the greatest stuff. That's what Clarissa's doing. Whether you like Clarissa or not, bro, Clarissa's undisputed. There's nothing else to say. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Nothing else to say. What's the name? Wasn't that?
Yeah.
There's nothing else
It's
to
funny
say.
how people sit here and say Layla was right, backing her side and her. But the minute Shaq was out here saying the White Howard in the peak of his prime, when he was like everything that you would want from a center when he was in Orlando.
Orlando, yep.
Said he was ass. He was sitting there. Shaq's a hater. Y'all can say that.
Right. Come on now, Ty. Come on now.
Why is he picking on Rudy Gobert?
Mm-hmm.
Because Clarissa isn't the only person that Layla has nitpicked with. Up until recently, has she actually embraced the new generation? Barely. I thought that little post or that snippet she put out trying to commend Cecilia Brakes or Brackus, however you pronounce her last name, was disingenuous.
Come on, man.
Because if we fast forward, like if we rewind a couple years, you were saying she wasn't that good.
Come on now.
And that the only reason why she got to acquire certain belts is because the machine behind her.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Layla y'all big up.
Yep.
She wouldn't even co-sign her own damn nephew.
Come on, man. Come on
This is
now.
the person we say furthered the sport of boxing for women. Who has she actually helped, like she claims?
I don't know, man. Seems like she's just trying to get a piece of the pie now. Come back and, by beefing with keep it relevancy by beefing with Clarissa, in my opinion. But November to be a good month for boxing. Yes, sir. Good Lord willing. Shit, I'm perfect. That's my pronoun. Shout out to Oster, man. My bad. Well, we all can't be, you know what I'm saying? We all can't do it, pimp. Layla Ali brand, at least 15 million. Who has a better brand? Yeah, I mean, but you gotta remember, Layla Ali brand is part of her brand is this guy right here, right? The Ali part, right? So, and it's not to knock it, but Clarissa, if you watch her story, not just Fire Inside, but if you just listen to her, or watch the movie, you hear that, like, she didn't have, like, the Floyd back in her. That's why I was talking about when somebody brought up, shout out to Tay, brought up Tank and stuff like that, and Floyd. Like, even if Floyd and Tank don't have that relationship now, about him trying to help him get big or be, like, Floyd never initially saw Tank as a threat, and that's why Ty brought up a Cecilia Brackus, right? Or Brackus, however you pronounce it. Shout out to her, who just retired. Shout out to her, aka the first lady, right? She's not known for showing love to those coming up behind her or with her or any of that, you know what I'm saying? So that's the point. Like, with Floyd, at least at some point you could point to he was trying to make Tank into, even if it was for his own benefit, like to make him money, whatever you want to say, which most promoters want to do, right? You could say it like that, but he's still trying to help him become something. Like, I don't think Layla Ali ever sees Chris Shields but nothing as a threat to her legacy, because she sees her as somebody who could accomplish things that she didn't. And yeah, I understand there's people out there, and that's why he brought up the Shaq. I thought Shaq was perfect. Like, I like Shaq more than I liked Dwight Howard. But I always said that Shaq was hating on Dwight Howard. You know that he was. You could tell. You know what I'm saying? Whether you agree with him or not.
2019. Let's see what she said about Amanda.
What'd you say? You said go back to when?
2019 when she was talking about Amanda.
Come on now.
It's always these young girls don't know this or don't have that. It just sounds like one of those guys in sports that is from the prior generation that cannot accept or acknowledge anybody after them.
Yep. This is why most youngest don't respect the older generation. Hate watching. Come on now, they be hate watching. Tay, a lot of them. I mean, it's not just the older generation. People, there's haters, younger haters too, but there's some OGs that do the right thing, and try to groom them and don't see other people's success as a threat. But a lot of people are very, you can say, I want to say selfish, and also focus on self-preservation, even if it's not even just them. Now I'm talking about like in the history book. Some people don't want to be forgotten. They want to have the spotlight. They don't want to, be retired, but still wonder if, could I come back and beat this person? Because, it gives them a spotlight. So.
Oster, that's not necessarily true. You still had quality opponents to fight.
Yeah, man. We all know Lawrence Taylor is an original Superman. Shout out to LT. You do not have to like somebody to give them good advice. Right. Eagles double triple team and Justin Jefferson. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to my brother Slime.
You do realize it's the same woman that told her not to go pro. That she should try something other than boxing. This is after this woman won a gold medal. Second one at that.
Yep. I mean, and look too. This just remind me of this as well. It's like Floyd, right? Everybody knows Floyd and Bud's gonna be compared to now, right? Especially if Bud would have beat Canelo. Excuse me. But where was Floyd when Bud was preparing for Canelo? He was in his camp and stuff like that. And then that just mean that he wasn't. Maybe try to do something snakish if you want to believe the most negative thing. But I mean, I think he was really rooting for Bud. I think he was. Now, I would make jokes. I said that I think that Julio Cesar Chavez was rooting for Bud. And I thought that Floyd was probably rooting for Canelo because it was the two greats, American great and the Mexican great, try to keep their legacy intact. You know what I'm saying? So I said secretly JCC was rooting for Bud, and secretly Floyd Money Mayweather was rooting for Canelo to win. But just jokingly, but obviously, they were both there rooting for their guys. So could we say the same about Layla? I guarantee you, every person Clarissa fought, from gosh dang Cruz to Rankin to gosh dang Gabriels to gosh dang Perkins, she would probably root for them to whoop all stuff. Marshall to everybody. It's crazy, bro.
She's our American Chavez Jr. If you like that quote or not, it's more true than what some people say about her.
Shout out to 2 Cents in the building. So y'all check out Oster and 2 Cents. Dope people right there, have their own channels as well, man. Check out Oster, check out 2 Cents, check out Slime as well, man. Amateur boxer doing his thing. So y'all check them out. Show them love. Floyd most definitely rooting for Bud. That's a no-brainer. He unproud boyed himself and applied to Crawford. He unproud boy. That's funny. Yeah, man. Like I said, I mean, everybody, if you have a sometimes, I'm not saying anybody's wrong to think Floyd was rooting against Bud or whatever it is, but so I think that those type of things do exist. Sometimes we make them up and sometimes they do exist. I think that Layla Ali, like I said, I'm not absolving Clarissa of anything. I'm not, she is brash sometimes. A lot of times it could be off-putting to some people, but I don't think that we should make up things, that aren't true, that we could clearly see if you just dig deep enough. or if you want to see it. It's just like I said with the Gabriel Rosado stuff. That's why I don't dislike Gabriel Rosado because I'm some super Devin Haney fan. You know, I just didn't like it because he was intentionally misleading people
Mm-hmm.
on multiple aspects. Like that was corny. On something that you started. You see what I'm saying? Like, he started that.
I think for Clarissa, the only thing I would probably be mad at her for, and this is something I think I look at anybody I'm personal with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not running to the internet for shit, especially if I have your number.
Right.
So after she heard that stuff on that the radio stations
Breakfast
or
Club.
certain
Yep.
things behind the scenes that people said to you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling that person off to the side, especially if I feel as though we have that relationship. We gonna yap about it real quick.
Right.
We're gonna chop it up. That's my only critique for her.
I agree. I agree with that. Shout out to hey Wango, are you Jay Sharp? I'm not sure. My fault. I think you're Jay Sharp, but with the names, some people's names are the same, but some people's are different. I think you are Jay Sharp, but if I remember right. Why she said it in public? Nah, man, it's you know, some people like attention. You know, I don't want to use the other term because it makes it seem like I'm saying that because they're women. I'm not saying it because they're women, but the people like attention, huh?
Not it'd be the men too.
Right,
Not
exactly,
everybody
yeah.
has the wherewithal to pull a Deion Sanders. When
Exactly.
they sit there and ask you about your protege, he had enough wherewithal to sit there and say, "I had my time."
Come on now.
I don't. Why are we doing the comparison? He's playing currently. He's the man right now. Let's talk about his greatness. I had
Right.
my time.
Right. Yep. YouTube switch. Yeah, YouTube switched everybody's name. It's just some people's are similar to what they were before, so I could tell. I just want to make sure. I appreciate it, Juan. Jay Sharp. He said, I don't disagree. I'm just saying why she said it in public. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's attention. You know, this is a way for her to stay relevant without fighting. I mean, she can't pretend like she's going to fight Amanda Serrano or Katie Taylor. Even if she could, you know, they're not the name that. That's the thing, bro. I think people, it's like people conveniently do like. Bro, Clarissa is the name, bro. You know, Amanda Serrano shot them on MVP. They're doing their thing. But Clarissa Shields is not just the best boxer. She's actually the biggest boxer. Like, she is what we want the men to be, right? Like, as far as the men being the biggest, we ideally the best person would be the biggest star, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so Terrence Crawford, Usyk, in a way. I think Terrence Crawford, but if you want to say Usyk or Inoue or whatever, but neither one of them are the biggest stars, right? It's Cinnamon, right? And I mean, that might change soon. We'll see when his next fight, but Cinnamon, rightfully so. Cinnamon is the beast. He's a beast too. But you know, being undisputed in two different weight classes is what Inoue, Bud, and Canelo have done. I mean, Inoue, Bud, and Usyk have done, and now Bud with 3 times. So I think Bud is number 1, but he's not the biggest boxer, right? But Clarissa is. Clarissa is the best, and she's the biggest. It's just that she's not on the biggest platform. Number one, I mean, women's sports aren't as big as, you know, other sports anyway, especially not women's boxing. But yeah, Clarissa Shields, I mean, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano did well because it was on Netflix under Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. But Clarissa Shields, she be headlining their cards. She be having the card around her. She be having the promotion set around her. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that she is the best and she's the biggest. Katie Taylor's a beast too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Katie Taylor's an all-time great Hall of Famer. Amanda Serrano, all-time great Hall of Famer. But it's very hard to say that Amanda Serrano is better than Clarissa Shields, especially now, and Katie Taylor when she lost 3 times to Katie Taylor. Whether you agree with her or not, the record says what it says. And then it's very hard to say Katie Taylor's better than Clarissa because Katie Taylor, she has a loss that she avenged, but that's the real trilogy that needs to be fought against Chantel Cameron. Amanda Serrano, Clarissa Shields don't have a Chantel Cameron. She don't have a loss to avenge, you know, or she don't have a trilogy to settle. She has some people that she could rematch. I would love to see her fight Savannah Marshall, but she doesn't need to. She won clearly. She could fight Cruz again, Franson Cruz, but she doesn't need to. She won. Who else could she fight? Everybody that you want her to fight are fantasy fights. It's like telling Usyk to fight I'm not even gonna go as far as Tank, like, or fight Shakur. That's like telling Usyk to fight Bivol.
Better be it.
Yeah, exactly. Bivol and Beterbiev, right? Exactly. Talk about he needed to check a nutritionist. Yeah, because they fought in like, come on, bro. Like, come on, dog. Or Usyk to fight Bud, or like, what are we doing? Because they both fought Sean Porter. What? Usyk fought Sean Porter in the amateurs, and Terry Crawford fought Sean Porter in the pros. Like, come on, bro. We not even putting pressure on Katie Taylor to fight Chantel Cameron, but we try to put pressure on Clarissa Shields to fight Alicia Baumgartner. What are we talking about, bro? Or Katie Taylor, like, bro. Ellie Scottney's the next great. I like Ellie Scottney. Unfortunately, she had to pull out because she got injured, and Sherneka Johnson replaced her. I think Ellie Scottney's a great fighter. Yep. I think Lauren Price is a great fighter. I think Michaela Mayer's a great fighter. I think Alicia Baumgartner's a great fighter. But to me, if I say anybody's next, I mean, Clarissa's only 30, so she's not old. She's still got a lot of time, so I think she's now and next. But if I had to pick somebody besides Clarissa, I would say Gabriella. I like Gabriella a lot. But I like Ellie. Ellie Scottney's a beast too, though. I like her. I like. There's quite a few women out there doing their thing. Tiara Brown, we sleeping on her. You know, she doesn't have the marketing. No, but Tiara Brown doing the thing. She upset Sky, right? She made Sky go down a whole nother weight class, and I like Sky. Sky said, Oh, this is the pressure they got up here? I'm not going. Man.
I had to ask a question real quick.
Go ahead, bro. And I'm going to respond to Oster. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I'm talking about what I had to type to somebody in the comments.
Yeah, do your thing.
Is he was talking about this woman negatively, and then I guess he want to call her Clarence right now. Clarence's Shields is our bro. Mad typos. That's why I asked, was it a typo?
I didn't see it. I see it now.
We supposed to back her regardless.
Yeah, I don't know if he's trolling.
No, 2 cents is not. I'm not talking about 2 cents. We be knowing what you be talking about. You actually be trying to make a point. I'm talking about Ramon out here just saying some goofy shit.
Facts. Green, you talking about Shadeja Green? Shadeja Green's a good fight, but she beat Cruz. And once again, it's not the same weight class, right? Cruz beat Shadeja Green, and Clarissa Shields beat Shadeja Green. I mean, Cruz already. I want that fight. Don't get me wrong. I'm not making excuse for that fight not to happen, but once again, we are talking about a person that's not in her division. So that's why I brought up the division disparities, right? We don't say Usyk should fight Benavidez because Benavidez mentioned Usyk's name before. Somebody mentioned Usyk's name before. So if I want her to fight Shields, absolutely. I mean Green. But if she doesn't want to, I mean, there's Shay Keneally, right? So at some point we have to recognize that we don't know as much of the sport or the topic at hand that we're trying to discuss. We want Clarissa, the biggest people that we demand Clarissa Shields to fight, none of them are in her weight class. That's it, bro. I'm my bad. I just get passionate. I'm not screaming at anybody. I'm just saying that is indicative of us not knowing as much as we claim to know about the sport. I've never heard anybody say that Clarissa Shields should fight this person and they're in the same weight class. Everybody that they say Clarissa Shields should fight is not even realistic. Realistic Shadeja Green. But even she's not in the weight class. No one's asking for Shay Keneally. She's a champion in the heavyweight division. Why not? Because you don't really know who she should fight, but you're ready and openly and willing to critique. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Literally does not make it. I've never seen anybody call out, say that Clarissa Shields should fight this person, she's not fighting this person, and they were from the same weight division.
You know what makes it even 10 times worse?
What's that?
They question who she fights.
Come on now.
But in the same breath, I think she should fight Christian Rock's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she not fighting Teskey?
Yeah. Reality TV show. Come on, man. Come on, man.
We want to see her fight Remy Ma.
Right.
No, we do not.
For Papooses' heart. Like this love of basketball. I'm not sure. We're supposed to back her regardless. She's our star. I agree, Ramon. No, but he was just making sure because of the typos, like you said, with the Clarence and stuff. He wasn't sure if you were being disrespectful because you know a lot of people disrespect Clarissa Shields and, you know, try to make it seem like because they may or may not be attracted to her, so they try to, you know, be disrespectful when it comes to her features, which I don't see nothing unwomanly about her features. But whether you like her or not is different, but it doesn't make.
And you was co-signing that bullshit for Layla earlier.
Right.
You talking about who has a bigger brand?
Right. Hey, give me a quick second. I'll be right back. Hold it down. Hold it down for me, Ty. I'll be right back, please.
I'll be right back. All right, Doc. Angel Reese. Damn. Oh, so why are you doing that, bro? Leave Angel Reese out of this. That girl getting better at her basketball. She a hooper for real. We talked about them Mickey layups and what that girl do. She started dropping 15 and 15, 20 and 18, 30 and 30. You right, 2 cents. That shit not doing well. Every time it's time for her to sell something, what she do? Let me go hate on the new generation real quick. Damn it, why can I not see the comments? But my phone too close. What else in here? That versus with Angel Reese. Oster, what you talking about? Oster, you might as well just pull up so I can understand what you mean. You talking about her doing the
I'm back. Appreciate it,
that
bro.
little photo shoot she just did or walked down the runway? I don't know what you're talking about, Oster.
Oster said, "Yeah, you seen that." I will say this though, what Oster said, because and this is me. He said these African American women boxers are losing focus, in my opinion. They're dressing like strippers, looking good. However, I just don't like. I just never seen no like this. You know, I'm hesitant to say I agree, but yeah. So Angel Reese, when you brought Angel Reese, I don't think there's anything wrong with Angel Reese because that's the setting. She's Victoria's Secret. Like you can't be in fully clothed in that, right? It's lingerie, right? So I disagree with that point. I don't think that's just like a stripper. I think that's a model. But I did see Clarissa Shields' performance. I don't want to say just like a.
Could have kept that.
Yeah, on the 106. Yeah, bro. 106 in sports. Like, it's dope. I'm not saying don't branch out, but I agree with that part also because that is what a lot of. Shout out to Thames. I don't know if y'all know Thames, Tems, Nigerian
Yes.
artist. Bro, see, and I know Ty would know her. But like you see her, she be like, yeah, hey. But she looks good though. You know, so I'm not even trying to say, but like she's presentable, what I consider presentable, and she still be looking good. Like you don't have to show all your treats and to look good. Like, but that's what it is, like with the Sexy Red or with the Cardi B's or with the whoever it is. So I don't want to sound too old school, but I'm more of a conservative person in that regard. So I don't want to say that they're dressing like that because I'm just not into that. But to me, that's a turn off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a turn on, but a turn off is simultaneous. Like it's a turn on because they look good, but it's a turn off because I just see him as a jump off. I don't see him as something I invest no time in. Like you gonna get it in tonight, and then I ain't gonna talk to you no more. Like that type of stuff. So to me, I didn't like, for my preference. I don't want to make a judgment, overstep my boundaries. If you're comfortable like that, do your thing. But yeah, when I saw the performance, I didn't like it either. But I don't want to go as far as to say that they dressing like this and like that, because I know you mentioned Alicia Bumgarner, and like you said, you isolated the American ones because that's what you focus on. You know, maybe that's what bothers you. I mean, maybe that's what you're concerned with. But it goes back again to what I was saying with the divisions, right? We say Clarissa Shields not fighting nobody, but when we wanted to fight somebody, we talk about people not in her division. It's like the statement you just made about Americans doing it. It's not just Americans, right? Sherneka Johnson just did a weigh-in and she had on body paint. So you may not pay attention to that, or maybe that's the only one that you care about. But Sherneka Johnson, not from America. Yeah, she's Australian. So and what's another one? Ebony Bridges. She also be up there naked. So it's not just Alicia right. Right. It's not just Alicia Bumgarner. It's not just the Clarissa Shields. It's not just the Americans or the Black Americans or African Americans, whatever you want to quantify it as. A lot of the women are doing it. So that's why I don't want to agree, because I don't want to say something that's not the truth. But for me and my preference, I don't like it either. But I'm not gonna say that they're the only ones doing it or they should change for me. I mean, do what you're comfortable with. But go ahead, Ty.
I was gonna get on that point to agree
Mm.
because while we're singing out the African American one,
Mm-hmm.
we seen Michaela Mayer out there showing us something that we did not want to see.
Hey, chill on Mayor, man.
All respect to her, she's a good fighter. That's a nice woman, but why it gotta be our women that get singled out for it?
Hey, yo. I agree with that, Ty.
And Oster, if Alicia Baumgardner or Clarissa was to pull a Mike Tyson, if you know, you know, I don't see no heterosexual male complaining about it. We
true.
rather see that than Mike
That's
Tyson
true.
cheat. Nobody asked for that. But I do know what people are asking for.
Hey, yo. Oh, chill, bro. Hey, yo. Mike Tyson, if you know, you know. Hey, man. That booty meat. Hey, yo. Sex sales. Yeah. Wacky, yeah. So, yep. And he said, let the sisters run their brands like they want to. Yeah, facts. Let everybody. The president's wife has done worse than facts. Two said, yeah, they could dress however they want. Yeah. So that's why I want to make sure I draw the line, because I don't want to tell somebody do what you want. And like Ty said, people want to see that. And unfortunately, and that's the thing too. Like I talk about this, as well. It's like another thing I'm gonna correlate. It's different, but it's kind of the same. Like as boxing fans, we'll say, oh, the fighters want to protect their well, we trash them if they're not undefeated, right? As soon as they lose, we throw them in the trash. So it's kind of their reaction to us. So the correlation that I'm going to make now is because it was with the women, right? When Clarissa Shields, there was a time when Clarissa Shields dressed like a fighter. She talks about it in her book. I mean, not her book, but in her interviews and in her movie, right? She was against marketability, which equated to sex selling, right? But our response to them is that we only look at the ones that are coming out like what you said is a stripper. So at the same time, we are, and once again, it's like we complaining about stuff that we are the problem to. You know what I'm saying? So like, just like if we want fighters to not care about their then we got to stop throwing out fighters when they lose. If we want women to not care about their sexuality as much, then we need to stop responding or only responding to the ones that are physically appealing. So it sound good, but can we do it? That's what I'm saying. It sound good, it sounds good, but when
I had a conversation with this female boxer.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think everybody in the crowd does.
Mm.
Some of these women struggle with some people questioning their femininity. I can't get the word.
Femininity. I struggle with it too.
Yeah,
I got you.
Is we seen an IRL here, and I got hit with a text. Somebody saying she looked like a man.
Come on now, I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's messed up.
A lot of times, we only see certain people in their craft. So if you only seen this fighter in the ring, you wouldn't know what she looked like in regular clothes.
Come on now.
All you see is her with the braids tied back.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Looking mannish.
And to double down on that, or to follow up on that rather, it's like, I don't know if people, you know me, I play sports and stuff like that, so I always prefer the more natural look, no matter what complexion you are, you know what I'm saying, or what ethnicity or whatever. I prefer, like, the sporty type chick. But it's like, bro, like, to me that just shows me that you don't date nobody. Like, your girl gonna look different when she get tittied up and when she going to go hoop with you or something. I don't know if you ever, or go on a hike with you, or even go to sleep, you know what I'm saying, like, or whatever it is. Like, they gonna look different. Not saying that they should look better or worse. That's up to your preference, you know what I'm saying. But to me, sometimes the best, the less amount of makeup and the less quote unquote pretty by societal standards a girl looks, the more attractive she is to me. For me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then again, I do say that the women I've dated have been pretty. I can't say the same for everybody else. Everybody else may not date naturally pretty women. Z Pacino in the building.
Tell you who that was when I sent you that picture. Would you know that was her?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yep, that's a fact, bro. I messaged her, by the way, too, yesterday. We'll
word?
Yeah. Probably gonna see it though. We gonna get the numbers up though. They gonna see me one day, good Lord willing.
It was on like IG.
Yep, exactly.
I'm gonna see if I can talk to Cody to get her to open that bitch up.
Hey, appreciate it, bro. If you can, if not, it's all good. Yeah, how I look at it is do what you want and dress how you want, but don't complain about being objectified. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. But I do think it's for them it's harder too. I'm not giving them an excuse. We're all adults, like you said. Dress how you want, do what you want, and you get the reception that you whatever you put out there. But you know, I do think that we sometimes, especially as men, we under value how much influence, we have, you know what I'm saying, and the consequences of not being appealing. So we could say that, but it's kind of like when you're it's kind of like I said, we can talk about just boxing. It's like, yeah, we could say, oh, Chris Shields is too outspoken, Floyd is too outspoken. And then what happens when they're not? Then we say they're Terrence Crawford. You see what I'm saying? Then we say they're not marketable. So, you know, we say, oh, Tyson Fury is not, you know, he's too outspoken. But then when they're not outspoken, then we say that they're boring. So it's like, at some point we got to realize too, like, sometimes we put them in people in this impossible situations. And you damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's catch-22 type stuff. But I feel, you know, you say you can be feminine and not sexual. No, you can't. Not when we talk about marketability. You're right. In life, yes, you can be feminine and not sexual. Not when we're talking about market. That's what those words are synonymous when we talking about marketability. There's a reason why people don't. Who are the biggest female fighters that we talk about? It'll be Ebony Bridges, naked. It'll be Shredeka Johnson, naked. When I say naked, I'm saying they have like OnlyFans and other stuff. You know, we talk about Claressa Shields. She even was open that she could see her brand taking off more the more quote unquote marketable she is. Alicia Bumgarner, they talk about Alicia Bumgarner a lot, and so no, you can't. You cannot be. No, you can't. So okay, if you can't, give me an example, Kendrick. We cannot. You cannot be feminine and not sexual and marketable. We're talking about being marketable. We're not talking about in life. In life, you are correct. In marketability, give me one. Give me one female boxer, since that's what we're talking about. That's the topic we're talking about. Give me one.
It ain't even gotta be female or boxer. When we talk about women's sports in general.
We kind
of clamor to the ones that appeal to our eyes.
Facts.
That actually can play.
And the only one that I would say right now, currently in this current landscape, that's not doing that is Caitlin Clark. And that's because she's marketable for other reasons. And you know the other reasons, because people are a lot of times prejudiced. She's a beast, though. She's a beast. But it's a different reason why people are going behind that market. So that's another explanation. Candace Parker, she's not a boxer, number one. But Candace Parker, she was, you think that she was, hold on. Wait, so I want you to explain what you said. Candace Parker is what? You think Candace Parker was marketable? Like, femininely? Like, what's the word again? Marketable with her femininity? I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I want to make sure I understand what you're saying before I address it. Because if you say she was marketable with her femininity, you use a good gosh dang lie. It was not her femininity that was marketable, bro. The one that was feminine, her that was, I'm trying to think of WNBA, it was probably, what's the name? Skylar Diggins. She wasn't sexualized, she was marketable. She switched up and lost the spotlight. No, she was never, exactly. So she was never looked, marketable is different. You know what I'm saying? That was, if she wasn't marketed for her femininity though. Yeah, you could be marketable. Yeah. I agree with that, but she was marketable as a baller because she was dunking and stuff like that. She was skilled and she was. Shout out to Birdman. It wasn't that. Oh yeah, they pitched her as she was like attractive, right? So, but you said you're not saying that, so I was going to say her too. Okay, but yeah, Skylar Diggins was the one, and that's why they even have like the Skims, right? And guess who's on the Skims? Your girl Candace Parker. So I disagree with that, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. You could say she's marketable, but marketable for who? Like, she's a beast. You don't think she would be more marketable when? Can you imagine? Okay, let me give you an example. Like Sophie Cunningham, the quote unquote MAGA Barbie, or even like Angel Reese. If Candace Parker had those features, which I think she's pretty. I think Candace Parker's pretty, but I don't know how much, whatever, right? Do you think that she would be more or less marketable? She was not even approached that way, or maybe she was approached that way and she didn't go into that or whatever. But I think that she's known, like Lisa Leslie. They're known if you watch hooping, but they're not known, like they're not a super market. You don't see Candace Parker everywhere. I mean, I think we saw her a lot for a WNBA player, but I don't. Her brand is just now doing better. Like her brand is doing better, probably post retirement, than it was during her career. Shout out to Rebecca Lobo. Shout out to Rebecca. But once again, because you know these, it's like Ella Della Don, right? You may know knowing these people because you watch the sport. It's not, you don't see them everywhere, bro. You don't see Sue Bird. Like now you're seeing them because WNBA is, I think, is more of a push to make WNBA as a brand bigger. So they're getting more respect and paying more homage. But you don't see them like you see I don't know. Give me like somebody that was, what's her name for tennis? Maria Sharapova. You don't see them like you see a Maria Sharapova. You don't, and Serena Williams, even if, shout out to Serena, I think she's attractive, but a lot of people did not, right? So, but if she was, according to societal standards, then she'd be even more pushed. So it's always a sexuality thing. So to say that it's not that's disingenuous, bro. Yeah, no, I agree. Unity, I agree. I think she was pretty. I agree. I'm not talking about my perspective. I think Candace, in my opinion, outside of her being, on the other side now, I think that Candace Parker, to me, she's one of the prettiest. But that's my attraction. I know we're not talking about me, right? We talking about Andrea's gonna be bigger than all of them. As long as she keeps doing her thing, especially how she's doing her thing on the court, and then also doing like Victoria's Secrets and all this stuff, she's gonna be the biggest, bro. Watch what I tell you. And it's gonna be because she's leaning into her sexuality. Not even hers, really. I should say what people want to see. So that's why I said I was hesitant to agree with what Oster was saying. I do agree, but I understand why Clarissa's doing it. Because Shaneka Johnson is, a lot of people know Sugar. Bro, when Clone come in here, who he talked about? Shout out to Clone. I'm not trying to put Clone in the bad light. But when Clone came in here, he asked me about women boxers. Who he asked about? Two people. Alicia Baumgartner and Sugar Cheeks. Which he called is Sugar Neeks. He called it Sugar Cheeks. There's a reason they're not the best. I mean, well, they're both good, both undisputed right now. But what I'm saying, they're not Amanda Serrano, they're not Katie Taylor, they're not Clarissa Shields. Nobody, they have to lean into the sex symbol. It helps their brand. I mean, even with rappers, right? Like, shout out to Lauryn Hill. I like Lauryn Hill. How many people you think Lauryn Hill's more known, or Nicki Minaj or Cardi B? Or whoever else, or Iggy Azalea. Come on, man. That shit sound good. Ain't nobody looking for Floor Tree. See the flow assist on the flow assist. Ain't nobody checking for Floor Tree, man. Ain't nobody checking for India Ari, man. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody checking for the wholesome, gosh dang. They want to get on up and take the booty, come on up. And I'm not saying not even just assist. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. But it's like taking steroids for marketing. Nah, bro. I think they're forced, bro. I think marketing won't even approach them though. I mean, and to each his own. Shout out to you, man. Maybe you're more. I think it's pretty much naive, or maybe I'm omitting something, and I think that's ignoring the facts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's be real. Get on up and take that booty. Come on up. What I'm saying is that to ignore that is, I think that's kind of ignoring it. You see what I'm saying? I think it's kind of being too idealistic. I don't think it's just easier. I think it's mandatory. Unity. That don't mean that it's the only way. Like you said, like for me to get big, like I agree with you. Like, I could probably be more outrageous and be look for the what's it called, the clickbait, and I could look for the to be so polarizing and stuff. But even then, it's still my channel. Like, so I have that freedom, right? I think that she would lose sponsors and lose opportunities if she doesn't lean into that. I mean, watch the Fire Inside. They talk about it, bro. Like, I'm not making this up. When we talk about Clarissa Shields specifically, but I'm not making it up, bro. Go. I mean, I think you've seen it, but yeah. So I don't think it's just easier, Kendrick. I think it's obligatory, bro. Like, for example, Tierra Brown beat Sky Nicholson, so she should be as popular as Sky Nicholson, right? No disrespect to Tierra Brown. I like Tierra Brown. Root for Tierra Brown. She's from Florida, all that good stuff. I don't think that she would ever be as big as Sky Nicholson. Because Sky Nicholson is the one that we look at, or societal, you know, by societal standards, they're looking at her as a sex symbol and the fighter. And for her, she lost to Tierra Brown. It's even more beneficial for her. I mean, you still see her commentating and all this other stuff. You can argue that it's more. There's more longevity and more success in being the sex symbol like Alicia Bumgarner and Sky Nicholson, and even what Clarissa Shields is doing and becoming. Oh boy, big right hand. Oh my goodness, I don't know how he stood up. That's a big dude. Maybe I'm naive for real. I look at women differently than most. I mean, but I'm naive in a lot of ways too. Like, you know, I just think that I don't think, like I said, ideally you are right. I don't think that you have to from a life standpoint. But when we talk about exposure, and I do think that they won't even get approached by certain brands if they don't lean into that. You see what I'm saying? I think that they are expected to comply. That's what I'm saying. But you're right. You don't have to in order to be big. God is good. You know, you can find other ways, but I do think that there will be a cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, there will be a threshold to how much they'll push you, your brand. It's like, I mean, look at Layla Ali. Like, Layla Ali is, she's pretty, right? And she has the cooking and stuff like that. She's hosting shows. And Wolf would never get those opportunities. Not in the current state way that we, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Kim, does that make sense? I mean, you might still disagree. I don't know. He says Sky about to fight for her third or fourth fight since that Tierra Brown fight in December. She's staying active. Yeah, shout out to Sky. Yep. And she's fighting at 122. Smaller girls, right? Talk about fighting some other smaller girls in the future. I like Sky, but even with that though, Bourbon, like you said, you think she's fighting 3 or 4 times? Sorry, well, let me rephrase that. You think that Tierra Brown's not fighting as often because she doesn't want to? I don't know, man. I don't think it's a choice she has. Because even Unity, I know you can feel me on this, even if you disagree. Like Caitlin Clark, bro. Like, Caitlin Clark she's a star without the sexual part, right? But she, number one, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got on my head top for saying that she was pretty. So, so, you know, I think that she, you know, but she don't really have the sex appeal like that. But, you know, her fan base is more the Bible Belt and, you know, what they call the Bible Belt and stuff like that. And oh boy, and you know, because she is a certain complexion and stuff like that, people get behind her because of that, you know, and try to make it seem like other people are against her. So even that is different. So she is in a unique situation where she doesn't need to explore the sexual appeal part. I think that I think, you know what I'm saying, like I said, Skylar Diggins, we shout out to her. She was, you know, she balled despite, but that's what people approached her for, you know, approached her for the sexual appeal part. Whether she accepted or denied it, that's on her. But I do think it puts a cap on how big you could be. I'm still here. My bad. No, I figured, yeah, do your thing, Ty. I figured. Matthew definitely pushing the Sky agenda, right? And I'm not. She's a good fighter. She's a good fighter, but she's clearly not the best, right? We saw Tierra Brown prove that, right? But she's and shout out to Eddie Hearn and Matthew, what they got going on, none of my business. But I'm not saying, I don't think because you lose that you should be thrown away, you know. So I think Sky has a lot to give to the sport, but she, you know, there's a reason why Tierra Brown's not pushed like that too. She's white with skills. All right. Come on now, B-Dog. You know, I'm trying to be diplomatic here, but you see what I'm saying though. B-Dog know what I'm talking about. Shout out to B-Dog. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Blackness white. She's not pretty at all. Her fan base is a machine. Period. Yeah. Clark lose twice and still get the glory. Yeah. CC got a stylist now. She be trying. man, you know I rock with CC, man. Hey, y'all ain't gonna trick me off my love for CC. CC a beast. But yeah, I think that, like I said, her fan base is different. Her fan base, a lot of it is, you know, let's face it, man. A lot of Trump. You know what I'm saying? Divisive type stuff. CC guys, I can't say she ugly. I ain't never thought she was ugly, but she definitely not. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. That's all I'm gonna say. She, you know, she don't be in nothing slutty though. Right, but she don't have to be. That's the thing. What are you talking about? Caitlin Clark? Right, Caitlin Clark. Like, she don't have to, like I said, I think that, okay, for example, like I don't want, because now it seems like I'm saying these people don't look good, but I'm gonna say this, man. Shout out to them. They a beast, right? She's still a fourth. I'm gonna say this though, Unity. Okay, so I know you don't really watch WNBA like I do, but okay, for example, right? I know you know about Skims. I'm gonna assume you know about Skims. You think it's a coincidence that Skylar Diggins is on Skims? Candace Parker, like you said, is on Skims. Whether you think she's pretty or not, she's pretty. Kelsey Plum is on Skims, right? I think Sophie Cunningham might have been on Skims, right? You know who's not on Skims? Brittany Griner's not on Skims. Gosh dang, Caitlin Clark ain't on Skims. What's my girl name? Brianna Stewart ain't on Skims. You think that's a coincidence, bro? Come on, bro. Be honest now. If you watch WNBA, Rakia Jackson, Dejanay Carrington, they fine behinds. They on Skims, right? Okay. you think Jonquel Jones was supposed to be on Skims? I'm just saying. Like I said, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, you know, I only like going there because, you know, I think beauty's in the eye of the beholder. They're all pretty, but some of them are prettier than, you feel me? Brittany is masculine. No, hey, the ones I just named, no, bro, don't do it. You name one. Come on, bro. You stopped on BG. What about Brianna Stewart? I say her too now. I say, come on now. That masculine, it don't matter. She's still a woman. Skims is what is Skims marketed as? Skims is marketed as a way for you to still play and play comfortably. Whether she's masculine or feminine or not is inconsequential, right? She's still playing and she wants to play comfortably. Why you don't put her in the ad, bro? Shit, she might dunk on your ass. Not only will she dunk on you, she look like she'll dunk on you. That's the difference, Unity. You know, not only will she dunk on you for real, she looks like she'll dunk on you too. Candace Parker may look like Candace Parker may dunk on you, but she don't look like she'll dunk on you. That's the difference. Brittany Griner look like she'll, gosh dang, put a nuts in your face. Hey man, I'm about to go ahead and get off, man. I'm hungry, man. More pale people use sexuality than dark people. That's yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't know if you watch WNBA, but I named black and white and Hispanic players. I named Skylar Diggins black, Kelsey Plum's white, Sophie Cunningham's white, Dejanay Carrington's black. I named a mixture. Yeah, well, I really watch it though. So I don't know too much about the rest. Right. Put That's it. Hey, all right, nothing, bro. Nothing. Put nothing. No, they all not pretty, just like you not handsome to some women. But yeah, that's true. You're right about that. You're right. Some people just think your ass is ugly. That's true. I just don't want to be rude because I like them. I don't be looking at them as don't get me wrong. I mean, like I said, I'm a heterosexual male, so of course I look at, like, to me the finest in WNBA are Rakia Jackson, Kelsey Plum, Dejanay Carrington. Quite a few of them. I ain't gonna name everybody, but you know. But yeah, you're right. Everybody, beauty's eye of the beholder. I don't mind. I just don't want to make it seem like I'm saying that. I don't like calling people ugly, bro. Unless you act ugly. If you act ugly, that's different. But I don't want to call nobody ugly. They're just not attracted. Some just are and not attracted to me. But if you act ugly now, you can be pretty and be ugly. You see what I'm saying? Depending on how you act. Type stuff. You can be Holly Berry and be ugly if you act ugly. But yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and call it, man. Shout out to my brother Ty, man, for pulling up on the panel. I'm about to go ahead and call. I gotta get some food, bro. Your boy hungry. I appreciate my brother Ty for coming through, man. God bless him, man. Shout out to my brother Oscar. for coming through in the super chat, man. Blessing me on the super chat on this wonderful Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Dropping the $10 on your boy and the $5 on your boy, man. Always supporting me, man. I need the support. We need to keep going and growing. All the money goes right back into the stream to keep us streaming. You know what I'm saying? Get better equipment, improve the stream, help me put my time and effort into the stream, be compensated for such, and keep the lights on and all that good stuff and travel so we can get these interviews and attend these fights. So shout out to the Patreon members. We need some love on the Patreon, man. Shout out to the YouTube members. I appreciate that. Patreon gives you access to behind the scene footage too, man. So it ain't just, you know what I'm saying, I work for mine, so it ain't just free support. You showing me love and support, and definitely try to earn that. So I appreciate it, man. You can be pretty you can be pretty ugly too. Facts. No pizza, bro. Shout out to Birdman in the building. Birdman JR, Birdman Daddy, I'm #1. Shout out to 5-star General. Hey, yo. But yeah, man, shout out to the good conversation, man. Shout out to Kendrick, man. Shout out to Oster. Shout out to Birdman. Shout out to everybody for the good conversation, man. Turn up on the WBC Grand Prix. I will be watching that. That's still on the YouTube, so check it out. Shout out to Danny Garcia if he actually did retire. Shout out to Danny Swift Garcia, man. I personally believe that he has a Hall of Fame career. I also think Sean Porter has a Hall of Fame career, man. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody that fought yesterday. Shout out to Paulie Malignaggi too. You know, and that BKB, right? British, bare knuckle boxing, man. Shout out to everybody that competed yesterday. And yeah, shout out to Danny Swift Garcia. Shout out to Gabriel Zotto. Shout out to Von Alexander. Everybody, man. Chris Colbert. I appreciate it, man. Always solid broadcast. Shout out to my brother Jay Sharp, man. Appreciate y'all for real, man. Thank y'all for showing me love. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit the share button. And I appreciate all the love, man. Hey, man, I got to mod up my brother Jay Sharp, man. My brother Jay Sharp always showing me love in the other chats, man. I appreciate that, brethren. Shout out to everybody coming through. I appreciate y'all rocking with me as always. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Don't forget to get that engagement up too, man. Smack that like button. It's free, baby. I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Have a good week and stay blessed.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.